What's up, guys, and welcome to the Shifty Crowd Podcast. I've just been put off while trying to do the intro while Vince is talking about his dog pissing him off. Oh, guys, it is a momentous day here in the world of Shifty Crowd. We have 3 cameras, 3 microphones. So far, everything is working. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Like, it is too good to be true. Will it last? Who knows? But I am joined today in all of his glory with the best beard in the business, Mr. Vince Haley. Vince, thank you for being here.
Oh, of course. Wonderful as always.
He's back in the room. He's no longer in the bathroom echoing from a distance.
I'm not. Got that sweet Elgato Wave 3.
Rocking
with the fancy boys now.
I know, yeah. Sounding perfect as always. Also, master of audio, is always on point. It is the pun master general, the Obi Pun Kenobi himself, Mr. Terry Jeffs. Terry, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. So I'm eating these crisps. They're super, super hot. And I don't know if it's because I've rubbed my nose or if it's just going through my nose, but my nostrils are just burning through right now. Oh, God. So I just yeah. Woo!
Yeah. That's the problem you made, Terry. That's the problem you made. If you eat anything spicy, you touch nothing.
Pretty much.
Absolutely nothing.
And as you guys know, I like spicy food. This is Trinidad Scorpion crisps. And yeah, it's just I don't know what's going on right now in my senses, but it's all messed up.
Where did you acquire such a delicacy? Sorry, where did you get them?
I didn't buy them. My parents bought them. I don't know where they got them.
Can you do some recon and let me know?
I will find out, yeah.
Because I would like them.
Yeah, because apparently I didn't even know this, but they have chili and lemon flavor. These are the Seabrook crisps, by the way. We are not sponsored in any way, shape, or form, although we are very open to be so. Chili and lemon flavor. They do the Smokehouse Cayenne flavor, and then they do the Trinidad Scorpion chili, which are these ones, which is at the top of the scale. And let me tell you, they are hot and they are Moorish.
That's what we describe you as, isn't it?
Yeah, hot and Moorish.
Hot and Moorish.
Moorish.
Guys, it is a Tuesday. In typical Shifty Crab fashion as well, we're filming this the day before a Nintendo Direct that we can't record tomorrow. So we will, before we get started, before we get into the minutiae of the podcast, quickly, what do we think we're going to see at the Directs tomorrow? We can look back on this retrospectively and see where we're at. Do we think we are going to see Breath of the Wild 2? Is that going to be the closer of this?
Absolutely not. No chance in hell.
A lot of people think it is.
Here's the problem, right? Nintendo fanboys tend to get their hopes way too high. Way too high. Any of these directs are announced.
Fanboys?
Absolutely.
I think Nintendo fanboys have been beaten up enough that they just give up now. They've been let down too many times.
Nah. Not Nintendo fans. Absolutely not.
Okay.
I mean, any Nintendo Direct is automatically going to have the association of Breath of the Wild 2 because that's what everybody's looking forward to. But I'll just jump right in. I'll start us off. What am I hoping to see at this Direct? I know we just got a tease for it. A small snippet of a trailer. But Bayonetta 3. I'd like to see more of that game, please.
Yeah, no, it's a solid choice. Whether I think it'll happen or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's. I remember seeing something last week. It was mentioned as well, wasn't it? In some way or capacity somewhere, it was trending. So, Terry, what do you think?
Not only are we going to get Mario Kart 9, I think we're going to get an in-depth look.
You think this
Mario
is the
Kart
moment,
9.
Mario Kart 9?
This is the one. And it's going to be an in-depth look at it. Because supposedly the rumors are there's a bit of a change up with it. It's not like a traditional, just you go to Mario Kart game.
It's a sim racer, fully in depth.
So, yeah.
First person cockpit view.
They're teaming up with Polyphony, and they go in just all out on the polygons on this one.
Can you imagine if they went if you could do cockpit view in Mario Kart? That'd be ridiculous.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I do think that we're going to see Mario Kart 9, and I think we're going to see quite a lot of it.
Not in a million years.
Absolutely. And
No.
And I'm quite excited for that because at the minute I'm playing a lot of Mario Kart 8, so that would be just the right timing for me. And also, I think we'll probably get maybe just a new trailer for Kirby, the new Kirby game. And I've forgotten the name of it now.
Kirby and the Forgotten Lands, I think.
Forgotten Lands, yeah. So I think we'll get that. Anything else that I can't... I don't know.
Okay.
Well, I think you're both wrong. I think especially
We're definitely
released.
seeing Mario Kart now.
No, I think that's coming more from a hope than a thing. Like, I think there's a few safe bets. I think we already know. I think was it leaked today or something that the Batman Arkham series is coming to Switch. So I think we're gonna see that. I think I saw that on Twitter during work. So, so I think that's one thing, obviously, and I think the other thing will be because we know it's supposed to be coming this year, and we haven't seen anything really since its launch trailer will be Splatoon 3.
I do think we'll see. Yeah,
I forget about that
3.
game.
I think that's probably going to be the end, like, gameplay of that, and maybe I still think you might get a little. I don't think they can do these now without having a nod to Zelda, like.
I have a wish
You
that I want to
can.
see going to Zelda.
Go on then.
Yeah.
Wind Waker. Like, where the fuck is Wind Waker? Like, it's
On
about
GameCube.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
where it is.
Because I've
Where
been
it's
looking to
staying.
see, like, you know, where the best place to get all the Zelda. I mean, I've got Wind Waker on the GameCube, but, like, you know, I just want to see, like, where the best place is to get all these games and what ones are on Switch. And I'm baffled that that game is not on Switch when there's such a good port of that game on the Wii U. So, like, it's ridiculous that if you want to play the best version of the game, you've got to get a Wii U still. So I with the Zelda anniversary, I want to see. I mean, we've had obviously Skyward Sword. Now's the time. We need to get Wind Waker.
Well, we'll find out tomorrow. We'll see who's right, who's wrong. Like, I can't see Mario Kart, but I think you may be more likely with a Zelda. But though, is Zelda a bit diluted at the moment because they've just done a port? Like,
No.
like,
You can't have too much Zelda, is the thing.
You can't,
Especially if you're
well,
Nintendo.
I guess
Your
yeah.
big two hitters are Zelda and Mario. That's it.
Pokemon's just
You just
come
keep
out.
pumping out those games and you're good.
Do you think they're
You
gonna
make millions.
Do you think they'll do anything else with Pokemon? Like, it's just come out. Do you think they'll announce like a
No.
DLC or something already?
Too early.
Yeah, way too early. They just pumped out a remake and a new game in the series that will. It's going to lie down for a little bit.
Well, we'll find out tomorrow.
Maybe.
But that's tomorrow. Today is today. Like, first question.
And it's Tuesday, isn't it?
It's Tuesday, governor. Like, yes, it is.
Oh, where did that come from?
I had no clue. He just had a moment. Like,
I did.
so it's Tuesday. Yes, it's Tuesday. But we always start this with, "What are you drinking?" Is there any alcohol being drank today? Like,
Purchased? Not at the moment.
not purchased.
But,
No. Listen, it is
yeah.
nearly 11 p.m. and it's been a long ass day. So there's going to be some words wrong. Like, what are you drinking, Vince?
What do you mean? What am I drinking?
What do you mean?
Blue
What do you
Moon.
mean? Why do you even have to ask?
We need to start
Just
tweeting
something
Blue
might-
Moon in these clips. I might just put them all together and just tweet them and
Yeah.
just see if we can at least get
Oh, that'd be so good. A Blue Moon compilation. That's
a single bottle of Blue Moon. Like, we don't need sponsorship money, Blue Moon. Like, we just want
We just
one
need
bottle
Blue Moon.
sending to Terry just to piss Vince off.
oh,
Like,
that'd be brilliant.
just a sponsorship.
Well, Terry's the only one that needs to try it now, right?
He's tried it before.
I still, I've no.
No, I
still
drank
never
it.
had a
I
Blue
drank it
Moon.
on stream. Like, when we were playing,
Drink it on stream.
we were playing Back for Blood. It was off the stream. I drank some Blue Moon. So you're the only one. You can get it in co-op.
I will try it. I will try it because I do like a kind of wheat beer. So
And,
Very
yeah,
good.
yeah,
wanna-
that really confused Vince. You get it in co-op. Let's
Co-op,
do a
the
bit
supermarket.
Of, bit of couch co-op
Yes,
on the
yes.
Blue Moon.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, basically, I
Never
drink the
go
first
co-op on a
half
Blue
of
Moon.
it. Put the lid back on and post it to you, and you can drink the second half of it. That's how we do it in co-op.
There you go, yeah.
That's how we
Okay.
do it. All right, Terry, what are you drinking? Bring some elegance and decorum back to the
I'm
group.
bringing a bit of elegance back. I'm drinking a nice glass of red.
What type
It's
of
going
red?
down just smooth. This is a Merlot, and it's
Oh,
it's a.
means nothing to me.
I don't know, I've actually got the bottle here. I'm not messing about,
Is that,
guys.
like
I'm
is
just,
that polka dots or is that actually got?
yeah, it's a bit of a funky. It's got a bit of a funky label going on this. It's called Baseo, and it's I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. It's a produce of Spain. It's a Spanish wine. It's nice. It's just a nice, smooth, easy wine. Nothing too heavy. Goes down a little bit too easy, if I'm honest with you. So yeah, I'm just enjoying that because as in agreement with you, Adam. It's been a long ass day, and this is just topping it off just nicely.
And I'm on the non-alcohol this evening. I'm on an Earn Brew.
Oh yeah,
There you go.
that's it.
That's not alcohol.
Yeah, it's not alcohol.
No.
It's just a
Should be
a fizzy drink. But it
Lame.
What do you have at like? You have your JD and Coke. You have like
what would you?
I don't
mix
know where I was going
an
with this.
Brew with?
Yeah, like what do you have lemonade normally? You have like
Some people have like
Archers and lemonade or something like that.
so
So
vodka
what do you?
lemonade, I guess.
Yeah, but so what? What do you reckon the Scottish have with their own brew just to give it a little
Tears.
bit of a kick?
Tears.
They tears.
Yeah.
Tears, yeah, just like
They're
tears
just
of
crying to
English
the Iron
people.
Brew.
Yeah.
I just want my independence. No,
Yeah.
That's
I
quite good,
think
actually.
with Iron Brew, you could probably do vodka and Iron Brew.
Yeah.
Vodka's your
You can do
safe
vodka
bet.
with anything,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
your safe
Yeah.
bet,
Yeah,
'cause it
vodka,
doesn't have
yeah,
too much
like-
taste. A gin and Iron Brew would be interesting. Like, I'll try it
Okay.
out. But anyway,
Why
yes.
not?
So that is
Got
Good
nothing
old
to lose from it,
Scotch,
right?
good old Scotch and Iron Brew.
old Scotch and Iron Brew.
Mix that up.
Oh God, that would be awful.
No one makes that up.
First of all, before we move on to not first of all, third of all, I guess. I think you both owe me an apology.
For what?
Both
Never.
of you. Like, I sat here 3 weeks ago,
Mhm.
maybe 4, talking about what we thought was going to happen over the next year. And I said Sifu would be highly scored and a game of the year, an early game of the year contender. And you both scoffed at me, like, and said, "Not a chance, not a chance." I'm sorry. No.
That's not the discussion we had. That's not the discussion we had.
I don't remember saying that. I may have said that. I'm going to say right now, did not say that.
We have video evidence.
I did not. I remember saying, I hope it's going to be as good as you're saying is, but I don't know. I think it's going to be a good game. Honestly, yeah, I didn't think it was going to, like, I'm surprised. Honestly, I'm quite surprised from what I'm seeing of it. It looks like a great game. I was watching
I'm
like
so
some
excited
playthroughs
to
of
play
it.
I know
It
it's supposed to
looks
be very hard, but
really, really like smoothly put together.
like, yeah,
So I have a bit of a issue
Oh, okay.
with people about Sifu, right?
okay.
Right.
Settle
Because
down,
of who I am
guys.
as a person.
Settle down, guys. Get yourself comfy. Pull yourself up a
Get
drink.
in.
It's time
Because of
for
who I am as
Vince
a
to
person,
rant.
right? It's what the fuck? Okay,
At the game or the
no
people?
doubting that like Sifu is probably a really good game. I'm interested to try it,
Yeah,
especially the way people are talking about it, right? Because of its difficulty. Let's just throw that out there. Let's just throw those words out there. Difficulty, right? Why are people giving this a chance and fucking loving it, but never give any like Soulsborne games chances and love them? Like, why are Soulsborne games a niche market?
I have the answer for that.
But when something like Sifu comes out, everybody fucking loves it.
Because the different, and this is no obviously disrespect to the Souls games, they're amazing, but your average person isn't gonna look at a Souls game and go like, oh my god, like immediately are captivated by it, like I want to play it. Whereas Sifu, it looks slick, it looks cool, like the fighting's cool in it. It's just like, even if you don't even know, like when we first saw it, we had no idea what kind of a game it was.
Away,
Yeah, we didn't know what kind. We
Right.
just looked like, oh my god, the fighting looks just so good in the game. So immediately, it's got your attention, and so that's I think why a lot of people jumped in. But what surprised me,
Yeah.
in what I'm seeing like in the playthroughs is just like how well like the art, like the cinematography and the shots, the way it's kind of put together, it just looks so good. Like the introduction, like that's what I didn't expect from it. I just thought it was going to be this kind of like game that had a cool fight mechanic. I didn't know it was going to be that well put together throughout, you know? And I think they
Right.
done quite well to keep their cards close to their chest with this.
True.
Yeah.
True.
And I'll just jump on that just a little bit as well. Obviously, not coming from a Souls background, so I can give you the other side of it.
Yeah.
And none of this is shitting on Souls. Everyone knows that they're great games in that genre. That a Souls game takes how long to complete?
Yeah, that's
It
the other.
depends,
It's so,
really. Yeah.
it's a pretty beefy amount of time where people are completing Sifu like in hours, like a small amount of hours, and they're saying the average time to play through and get a good time is like 10 to 15 hours. Like the first time you play it, and then you speed that up and you can get it down to like 5 hours when you're, you know, really hitting your stride. Like that's at the moment when all these games are coming out. You've got Dying Light coming out, and they're saying what it's however many hundred of hours to finish the game. People maybe just think, you know what, I'm okay having the hard difficulty game if I only have to do that for 7 to 10 hours to get the reward that you get from a Demon Souls game. A Souls game is that isn't the journey, because the journey is a bitch. It's that end thing when you go. Well, it is part of it, but it's that end thing when you go. Do you know what? I got there. All the shit they threw at me, all of the learning curve, all of the swearing and nearly breaking my controller, I stuck with it and I got there.
I guess there's no like different to like a roguelike.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's
like
a hybrid though,
Spelunky or
isn't it?
anything like
Because I think it's got a difficulty curve that a lot of roguelikes maybe haven't got as much, but obviously roguelikes do have a difficulty curve. That's the nature, but it is that in between, isn't it? It's like a roguelike's length, but it has a very high difficulty that is more attuned to a Souls game. So I think it's unfair to. I understand where you're coming from, Vince. I think it's just maybe a slight unfair comparison that people are making. Because I don't see this anything like a Souls game, because I've never played a Souls game, but I wouldn't even put them in the same world. I just put this as a difficult game, personally. But yeah, I can see why.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I've got to admit, it is really annoying me lately how any game that is difficult
is a Souls game.
Or it's just like, or even like has any like similar gameplay elements. Like, oh, it's like a Souls game. Like you said, like this, it's got nothing to do with being a Souls game. This game,
Yeah,
like, it literally just has a fighting mechanic. Like, and it's just like, why is everything getting compared to Souls games? Like, if they're difficult, it's really, I don't know, it's annoying.
It's the thing that's throwing me off too. And we also have to drop the Breath of the Wild comparison to every open world game ever, because holy shit,
we've always had this. We've always had this. Like, we've had this since GTA 3. Like, I remember the days of like reading magazines, and if there was an open, like, it's so weird now. Like literally every world almost is open world, but like back then that was the first proper one. And if any game came out that was like that, they called it a GTA clone. Yeah, and not in a like in a like in a bad way. It's just like it's just a GTA clone. Like, that's because we didn't know what that like category of games meant. Like, it's just, and even, I mean, you could go back before GTA. There's always like, we have to kind of pigeonhole things into like these little. Why can't we just let things be their own? Why can't Sifu be its own game? Why has it got to be compared to Demon Souls? It's just
well, it's like any open world game that's got any sort of historical element or medieval element is a Skyrim clone or an Oblivion clone, you know, or Skyrim now more so. Obviously, that kind of like post-apocalyptic games are always compared to Fallout. Like, it's a generalizer, it's a brush that generalizes because it gets clicks, because they're the buzzwords, aren't they? And that's the thing. So we're going to flip the podcast a little bit, because we've actually touched on something that I wanted to speak about later, but we will come back to what we've been playing. Is because it was exactly actually like, it's like we've planned it, but we really haven't. What Vince was talking about, how it was annoying him about the comparisons between Souls and games and this is to me, and we've never had any secret with this, is that I'm not interested in Souls games. That really long grind, I don't have the patience for it, and I just wouldn't be good at it. Now, not to go to extremes, so let's say it was an open world style game or an action game like that we all kind of like. So I'm not saying, it's a racing game, because Vince will instantly say, no, I don't want to play a racing game. Is there a mechanic in a game or something that once you see that, you kind of just don't want to play it? For example, an example of that would be turn-based combat. You know, some people can't stand turn-based combat, and some people can. You can still have a great open-world game, but it has turn-based combat. Is there a mechanic that you just don't like in a game. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
Vince is like, let me get my list.
I mean, yeah. let me
once
break
again,
out the list.
Yeah, not genre of game, just a mechanic within a game.
It's vaguely a genre, right? Like,
Okay, well, like,
survival games, or even like two big ones for me, right?
Yeah.
Two very big ones. Yeah. Survival games where you have to manage your like ailments, I guess, like hunger, thirsty, or you have to manage a group like State of Decay, where you have to keep everyone fucking happy. Like, just let me fucking play the game. I don't give a shit about Ted's depressed in the fucking corner. I don't give a shit about Ted. Let him fucking die. I don't care. Like,
Okay.
this is my story. I'm playing the game. But yeah, that kind of mechanic as well, where you have to manage, where you have to kind of micromanage things, right? Like, I don't want to waste my time going through a main quest or something, and then all of a sudden pops up on screen, Tiffany has cholera. Like, cool. Who gives a shit?
It's a bit weird when you play Madden right now. You know, like, that pops up. Like, it's really in depth this year.
It's just, it's one of those things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to have to micromanage like a small community. Second one, horror games where you can't fight back.
Like Outlast, where I'm fucking just
like,
running away for the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, because like, I get like the Alien Isolation approach, right? Where it is the alien, and obviously, it's really fucking hard to kill the alien. You know, it's difficult, and it's supposed to be like that. But you can obviously interact with other people aboard the ship and kill them, right? You have that other element of fighting back, except for when the alien shows up, and then you're kind of fucked. That goes along with the alien theme, right? But something like Outlast, where your only option is to run and hide, like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
You know, it bothers me because it goes along with kind of like somewhat of a stealth aspect I don't really like, where, oh, something's seen me, now I have to run away and hide, and then wait for it to fuck off, and then go back out and try to continue what I was doing. It almost feels like artificial padding in a way that I just kind of don't like, because then you're wasting your time instead of completing an objective, having to hide from something and then making your way back. Hopefully it doesn't see you again. Hopefully it fucked off further along than whatever. And also the timing on that, like, is it going to turn around? Is it coming back? Has it fucked off for sure? It just kind of bothers me. I think Resident Evil 7 did a really good job of having, you know, really hard to kill enemies and balancing that, like, running away from them while still also exploring the house and killing other creatures, you know? Even like Resident Evil 2 with Mr. X and 3 with Nemesis. Like, you can have the thing you have to run away from, but don't make that the entirety of the gameplay.
No, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Terry, is there anything that comes to mind for you? It's kind of a no, I'm not interested in this.
Similar to like what Vince was saying, like I hate doing all the micromanaging stuff. Like, I'm not, you know, I can appreciate a lot of the sim games, and there are some sim games that I like. You know, I've always liked the more kind of like basic ones, like Theme Park and like you know, Theme Hospital, that kind of stuff. But like the ones that get like really in depth, like, you know, like Civilization and shit like that, I just can't even. It's nothing against their mechanics. It's just too much going on. It's like, so as soon as I see a game like that, I'm just like, no, I'm out. It's just too much to think about. I can't do that. Another thing that I really can't stand is like games that have where you have to start controlling areas of the map, like turf control. And one of these that always comes to mind is in San Andreas. Is the one of the things that I hated about San Andreas, about having to control the turf in Los Santos.
From the ball, wasn't it? Yeah.
Because it just gives me anxiety. I can't like go off and like do what I want to do, because that you'll see it's flashing, it's getting taken over, and it's just like, I don't want to have to be dealing with this right now. Like, can I just turn this off? And so things like that. And also, I know it's just the way the trend has gone in gaming stuff, but I hate that every single game now has to have um character progression and skill progression. Like even Halo has had to jump into that to stay relevant in some extent. You know, with like your having to like upgrade your like armor and
the
stuff.
armor cores and that. Yeah.
And I know it's just the way that it is these days. You always got to feel like you're earning something and getting something new. But you know, I part of me I miss the old times of just like everyone's got the same shit. You just chucked in a map. You know, you go pick up stuff and pick up weapons, and you don't have to do all these big like. Again, going back like when these things were first kind of introduced with like Deus Ex and stuff like that, it was like it was like a shooter RPG, you know, because it had these like, RPG elements in it. But now literally every shooter's like this. So yeah, I just sometimes I kind of wish for
Simpler times.
Simpler times, yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with most of them. Apart from I don't always mind the micromanaging if it's done in a decent way, like not too much. I like a little. I don't mind a little bit of it. I think State of Decay actually has a pretty decent look of it because the base only got attacked once, and it was while we were there, and then the only time people really got hurt is because we got them hurt. The rest of the time,
yeah, that's another thing about that game.
Yeah,
like in co-op. Okay, sidebar, right? Mm-hmm. State of Decay 2.
Which we played, by the way, on Sunday, which you can watch over on Twitch and YouTube. The VODs are there. Got to plug it.
Yeah, they are there. Watch it.
Before Vince shits all over it. Like,
no, only the co-op side of it, right? Only the co-op side. Like, you have your group of survivors in all this, yeah? Mm-hmm. So, if one of them gets hurt or injured, you have to send them back to rest and yada yada yada. You switch characters to someone else who has different abilities and a different weapon set.
Sorry.
Okay. Going a little bit too far. Yeah. But also, if, say, they get infected because there's this blood infection mechanic in it, that's not terrible. Except for when you go into one of the hearts and everybody just gets rinsed by it. You can't heal that person unless you send them to the infirmary, right? Or make a cure and give it to them. Which is not terrible if you're playing solo, right? But in co-op, you can't do that. No. Like, you would have to exit out of co-op, go back into your game, go and heal that person from the infection, and then jump back in co-op. Which is very annoying. So, I was in Adam's game world, and like 2 of my characters were infected by the blood plague or whatever. So that left me down with 2 characters. Then one of them got injured and was tired at the same time, so he had to go back and rest. So that which knocked me down to 1 character. So I was like, "Fuck, maybe I." Hopefully we'll wrap it up soon, or hopefully one of them's coming back soon because I'm down to 1 character. If something happens to him, guess we're not playing co-op.
Like, yeah, it's a weird way of doing it.
It's a very weird way of doing it.
I think
because you can't.
State of Decay 3, but
I hope so, because if you're the co-op partner in that situation, it kind of sucks for you.
Yeah. But to be fair, I've only ever played that game like with you, so it is technically like our co-op. You just get a very limited side of it. So
you really do. You're
anyway,
barely even experiencing the game.
Yes, the micromanaging for me isn't so much of a thing. I'm not a huge fan of turn-based combat. I use that one as an example. It kind of really takes me out of games. And I know both of you have a lot of experience with turn-based combat games, and I know obviously Terry with Final Fantasy being the obvious one there. It's probably second nature to you. Yeah, but for me, just
of it, I guess.
For example, I really want to play what's it called? John Wick Hex. But that has almost a turn-based quality to it. You have to select your moves in advance and stuff like that. And that game's supposed to be really good. And I think it was made by one guy.
Mike Bithell.
Yeah, Mike Bithell. Yeah, so he did a great job. But for me, it isn't what I want. So that's one thing. Jump scare games, like horror games that don't have much of a story, are just there as a jump scare. I'm not interested. That doesn't do it for me. And then Souls games is just one of them that, well, there's two more. The Souls games, which is nothing against Souls games. I just know that I wouldn't want to do that. And then the other one is whatever Destiny is. What is that? Games as a
service. Yeah.
Yeah. Not a big fan of games that are just constantly online updates. The only game that has pulled me in that is almost like that was The Division. Like in Division 2. I played that quite a lot. But even that started to really annoy me. Like,
yeah.
I'm not a big fan of... I like to just be left alone to play the game as it's supposed to be. Like, I don't want loot drops and everything every 2 minutes. So, yeah. But, I think that's kind of it, really. But, yeah, it's just interesting. I think because so many people have these things that are just deal breakers for them. You know, that they won't play a game that has that sort of mechanic. So, I was just interested to see what you guys had. But let's not talk about what we don't like. Let's talk about what we like. Terry, first of all, before we talk about your games and if you've played anything or watched anything, I know what you did do today. You ate something.
Oh, yes,
Maybe drank something. Did you Did you return somewhere today?
I did. I returned back to Mr. Tim Hortons today. And,
he's hooked. Horton's got his hooks
in
him.
It was good. It was my second visit.
What did you have today?
I got the crispy chicken stack.
Good.
Which was nice. Yeah, it was good. Which is like basically just like a crispy chicken burger with a hash brown on top and like their own sauce, and it was pretty good. And the fries, the lettuce fries, really good again. Really good. Got and you can get the different dips in there. Got the chipotle mayo and the garlic mayo, which was good. I tell you what, I ordered quite a lot. I got this. I got the bacon in it as well, which was nice. Got vanilla milkshake again. I gotta say, the vanilla milkshake, really good, really good.
Do they have any other flavors? Or are you just sticking with vanilla for?
Oh yeah, always
one of the best flavors.
Always go vanilla, Vince. Always go vanilla.
Yes.
I'm not into chocolate shakes. Don't like chocolate shakes. Don't like chocolate ice cream. I love chocolate. Don't like chocolate.
Chocolate shakes is kind of a different thing, right?
Yeah.
It really depends on where you get it, because either it's a chocolate shake made with chocolate ice cream, or it's a vanilla shake with chocolate syrup in it.
Yeah, but I just don't like chocolate ice cream. I don't know why. I just don't like chocolate ice cream. I love chocolate chips. No. Like in ice cream, I just don't like chocolate ice cream.
Great.
And
anyway,
I like strawberry milkshakes, but there's something to be said. There's something to be said for vanilla milkshakes. You get a good vanilla milkshake or a good vanilla ice cream that can just do everything it needs to do. Anyway, their vanilla milkshake's pretty damn good, and got a couple of donuts. I had a donut there. Just went for just a normal original glazed, which was quite nice, quite dense, very dense donuts. Almost want to dip it into a hot drink or something. That's how much it's got going on. Not a complete opposite. When Vince is interesting, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Like, I get it. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, it was a lot. It was heavy.
Solid, yeah.
It was, like the complete
not the way a donut should be.
Opposite of like a Krispy Kreme, which is like, you feel like if I let go of this, it's just going to float. It's just going to go up. It's going to just keep going. And then I got another one, which I had just recently at home. And I got to admit, I wasn't a fan. It was I can't remember what it was called, but it was like it was a maple one. Wasn't a ring one. And it was like filled up with like some kind of cream, but it was like, it tasted a bit artificial. I don't really normally go for those. I like the ring donuts normally. I don't like going for the stuff that are filled up with shit. But I gotta say,
donuts, huh?
that's the only thing I'm quite disappointed in. Like the donuts don't have a patch on Krispy Kremes.
Well,
which is because that's like their MO. That's like their thing. Seems to be anyway. It seems to be all about their donuts, but there you go. But I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. It was good.
Yeah. Quick sidebar.
Haven't been for breakfast yet.
Yeah. Quick sidebar, because now I'm interested. Okay. Now that we've started talking about the whole milkshake debacle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you guys have a preference for a flavor of ice cream besides vanilla? Like,
well, ice cream.
When you go to like the store or something, not talking like, bars or popsicles or whatever, right?
For ice cream, yeah.
Yeah, just like a pint of ice cream or something, right? What's your go-to on that? It
Comes
could
in
be like
pints?
Ben and what?
It comes in pints. Did you say a pint of ice cream?
Yeah,
we
a
don't
pint
say
of ice
pints
cream.
over it.
You don't get pints. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, I guess
What
that
do
would just
you
be
get over there then?
no.
Yeah.
I guess no. I guess that would just be like a tub, like a Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah, no,
like
it would be.
Yeah, like a Ben and Jerry's. Yeah, that's fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it could be like Ben and Jerry's, Haagen-Dazs,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck you get over there. Do you
Whatever
guys have
the
like a
fuck you
go-to
get
flavor
over
for that?
there. Gee,
Who
So-
knows?
So as
Who
I
knows?
said, Vince, I love
Yeah.
like good like
Mhm.
vanilla ice cream. So for me, that's always like the base. So it's like I look for the ones that are like vanilla ice cream with shit in it. I love
Okay.
like caramel. Like if you got like the caramel swirls going on, honeycomb ones, like you got a bit of honeycomb going on. That's always good. There's a really good. I think it's there's a good ice cream over here called Kelly's, which is made from like Cornwall, like over here we have like clotted cream, which is made in Cornwall, and it's like really like good quality, like thick cream. And like Kelly's ice cream is made from like that cream, and yeah, with honeycomb in it, it's good stuff. Yeah, so anything like that, like bits of like caramel swirls, or like chocolate chips in it, white chocolate. That's what I tend to go for. Like butterscotch. I like all that kind of stuff. Like I rather than going for, like I said, like chocolate or strawberry.
Well,
or
yeah, just the box standard.
yeah, like I go for the white with bits in it.
The white with bits in it.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Now, is there like a favorite flavor of any particular brand that you just get every single time? Like you go to the store,
Oh yeah, so like
you see it, and you're just like,
so
gotta
for
have it,
years,
right?
like going to the cinema, like the cinema we used to go to was always Ben and Jerry's. So I would always go for the I used to love the cookie dough one with the cookie dough bits in it, or peanut butter. I love peanut butter in ice cream. Like yeah,
Me too.
yeah. And what's the one? Baskin Robbins. There's a similar kind of one at Baskin Robbins, but yeah, I think that was they're like kind of my go-to ones. Baked Alaska. Is that the one with the little polar bear, the white
Yeah,
chocolate
that's
polar
probably
bear?
my favorite one of
Yeah.
Ben Jerry's. Bet Alaska's
Okay.
good. Yeah, well,
Never had it.
these are the top 10 American ice cream flavors and best toppings.
Oh,
for
here we
all of them.
go.
So we have
Well, we got there eventually. Yeah,
number 1 is vanilla.
of course.
Can't go wrong with vanilla.
Nothing says America like vanilla.
Number 2 is chocolate.
Of course.
Number 3, cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream.
Yeah, cookies and cream's a good guy.
Yeah.
Number 4, mint choc chip.
No, get that out of here.
Number 5, chocolate chip cookie dough.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Number 6, buttered pecan.
Yeah.
Americans love their
pecan.
pecans.
I love pecan. I absolutely love pecan.
7 is birthday cake.
Oh yeah, that's true.
8 is strawberry.
Hmm.
9
Not
is
winning
moose
break.
tracks.
How is moose?
Moose tracks.
This fun treat has a lot of chunks. It's vanilla
Yeah.
ice cream, peanut butter cups, and fudge.
Oh yeah. Okay, I can go for some moose
They didn't have
tracks.
the peanut
And
butter.
occasionally caramel. It really depends on where you get your moose tracks from.
And a 10 is a
There's one
Neapolitan.
that's Blue Bunny. Yeah, Blue Bunny ice cream. It's called Bunny Tracks. It's got like the same thing, like vanilla ice cream, peanut butter cups,
Yeah.
caramel in it. Really fucking good.
You see, there's an issue here though, Vince. Like you're asking,
What's the issue? Yeah.
because there's two trains of thoughts here. Because obviously I haven't gone yet. There's the ice cream and milkshakes are two very different things.
They are, but milkshakes got us here.
Yeah, it does. Like, so for
Yeah.
me, the best flavor of ice cream isn't a normal flavor of ice cream, but for me, it's my favorite is apple pie.
Oh, interesting.
You can get apple pie ice cream. It's made with like apple pie, proper apple pie, the apple, the cinnamon, the pastry. It's all mixed into, I think, a vanilla base. So,
Yeah,
and it
not
is delicious. Delicious.
Not sure how I feel about that.
But then weirdly,
It sounds pretty good though. Yeah.
my favorite milkshake flavor is either white chocolate
I like white chocolate. Yeah.
Or
Interesting, yeah.
even in smaller amounts, a salted caramel. Like milkshake
okay,
is
yeah.
just
Yeah. Yeah. Or
perfection.
Yeah.
peanut butter milkshake.
See, I'm just
Oh
not a
my
big,
god.
I'm not a big
yes.
nut guy in
God.
general, so
So first time I had that was Ed's Diner, which over here, which is just like an American themed.
but really bad version of an American themed diner.
Yeah, I mean I have not been to an Ed's in years, but when
Food
I
isn't great.
when I first used to go there, I loved it, but it's been a long time. It was more, I guess, more kind of novelty, you know, but it's classic American diner food like chili cheese fries, hot dogs, like got jukeboxes going on in there, listening to a bit of Elvis and all that kind of
Neon
stuff.
lights.
But the first time,
yeah.
that was the first time I ever had, and it was a peanut butter milkshake, and my God, that stuff is good. That stuff is good. I always try to replicate it at home, never come out quite as good. Yeah, so that's what. Yeah, peanut butter, white chocolate, anything like that. But yeah, definitely a big shout out to chocolate chip cookies as well. Like if I see an Oreo,
for sure, yeah.
Oreo like ice cream, I always kind of go for that as well.
Mhm.
Like Haagen-Dazs, like cookies and cream. That was always my
Oh yeah,
go-to.
that's a good shout.
Okay.
Haagen-Dazs is probably my favorite brand of ice cream, right? There's something about it, you know.
It's classic.
Yeah.
But then this is something else as well.
Mhm.
When you say ice cream,
Mhm.
I thought you were going to go down this route, Adam, but I immediately think two different things. So there's ice
Okay.
cream in a tub,
Or there's whippy.
and then there's ice cream from the van, and that's a completely different ice cream.
Ice cream from the what?
Okay,
Like from an
first of
ice
all- first
cream
of all-
van,
No,
ice
no,
cream
no.
truck,
We
like-
we have to see
Okay,
if it. Do you
ice cream
have
truck.
Vince
Okay.
in America? Do you in your neighborhoods
America, yeah.
growing up,
Mhm.
or even now still? Did you have a man or woman? We're not sexist. Come around in their van
Of course
playing
they did.
playing
Ice cream truck.
classical music
Okay.
over a little horn, and then deliver ice creams to children.
Yeah.
In the neighborhood I grew up, absolutely not. But yes, that is a thing. Because the apartment we used to live at, every summer there was an ice cream truck that drove down the road at like 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
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 Did they
Absolutely.
play a really,
And
that's
did
a
they play a
completely
really
different
annoying
type.
song?
It's more like just,
Green
shitty nursery rhyme coming through a terrible speaker.
Oh,
Yeah. Mind that child. But like
But-
you'd get
but you'd
it
know.
from the machine, and it's that
soft
it's
whip.
a completely different texture, and that's a whole different thing. But over here, which we call 99 flake, it's literally just
Never cost 99 though, does it?
yeah. It used to be 99p. I don't know what it costs now these days. You get it in a cone. You get the whippy ice cream, and a Cadbury's chocolate flake. Boom, just banged in there. Like there you go.
That is the
Is it-
staple. Go to the beach, you get a whippy ice cream. You
Yeah,
get a 99.
melting all down your fingers when you're trying to eat it. Like you're getting like wasps circling you. It turns into a nightmare. The cone turns
Whippy ice
soggy.
cream.
Yeah.
Different
It's
than,
soft scoop.
like-
It's basically the one that comes out in a
Soft
swirl.
serve, okay,
I think
yeah.
you call it
Yeah,
soft
yeah,
scoop.
yeah.
Like you get
Yeah.
a Pizza Hut, you can do the machine yourself.
But you
Oh,
go to the right
I don't think
places.
there's
Like
pizza
so,
anymore.
I didn't even realize this until like kind of grew up, Adam. But have you heard of you must know Rossi's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize it because that's a regional thing, right? Because that's like South End, isn't it?
Mhm. Yeah.
But it's just one of those things you grow up with it and you just think Rossi's is everywhere. It's just like But yeah, that was just like from like near where I lived.
Everywhere
And,
has a little area, yeah.
yeah, and it was like a family made like ice cream that was a really good ice cream. So yeah.
Yeah, ours was Wharton's. They had it would have a queue for miles going to their factory. Like it was a farmyard factory, and they made like 1,000 flavors of ice cream. You'd buy them in the tubs and stuff like that, and the
Yeah.
queues through the summer were like down the road. Like it was
Wow.
ridiculous. But yeah, everywhere has like their especially in England, their go-to like ice cream company and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh god, I want some ice cream now.
Why are we talking about ice cream in February?
I don't know
This is what makes the Shifty Crab podcast
what it is.
just it's just such a rarity.
It's alright because in summer we'll
Yeah.
talk about hot chocolates. We'll balance it out.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
We definitely went off on a tangent, but
Hey.
Terry, like we spoke about Tim Hortons and that. Have you been able to play anything this week? I know you've had quite a busy week.
You know what? This week I have played very little by myself. I have been doing a bit more co-op games with the boys. Played a little bit more Star Wars, which has been fun playing that, and a little bit more Towerfall Ascension. But we did play, and I introduced the kids to, for the first time, Nidhogg.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yes, which I stand by that. I think Nidhogg is one of the best couch co-op games of all time. That game is just a fantastic game to play, and yeah, we've been having some great fun with that. I don't know what took me so long really to kind of like download that again, because I love that game. I love that game. It's just so. It's so fun to play. It's so well balanced. It's so stylish, that game. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like you look at screenshots of that game, you think like it's on like the Atari like 7200 or something like that. But when you play it and the music's playing and it's got this like weird like kind of like dark like drum and bass stuff going on in the background, and you got these like weird effects going on, like you feel like you're like on acid. It's just something, and then like. You play through the level like you're literally just spearing each other, and like the place is getting covered in paint colors, and then all of a sudden you win, and then you run to the end and like you get devoured by a giant beast by a crowd watchers. It's just like, what am I even doing? What is it? But it's just so good. It just works. It works so well. You can have a proper good duel on that like fencing, and when you disarm them, and like it's just great. It's a great game to play. So yeah, we've been having fun with that. But have you guys played much of that before? Or
I've never played it before in my
played
life.
it a while ago, and I really enjoyed it. The only issue I have is that I don't have anyone to play it with. So
yeah, that's the problem, because it's not really. Yeah, you don't. Have you seen any of it, Vince, at all? Or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
I know the game for sure. Like,
yeah.
I just never played it myself. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good though. It's a good fun game to play. For me personally, though, I haven't played much, although I did want the opportunity to have a quick rant about this, because I did finish all the tombs in Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So I that's after completing the story. That's the only thing I really wanted to go and see and do, like, because they are my favorite aspects of the game. So I wanted to make sure I cleared every tomb, and I got the trophy, which is called Tomb Raider. So you done all that bit. So I did give a thought to, should I go and get all the collectibles, because I'm like most of the way there. Do you know what? I can't bother. It's just like, for what? Not going to bother this. So I'm not going to go for the platinum, because I think to get the platinum, I think you have to play it on a harder difficulty or something like that. I'm not really playing through the game. But what I did do is I think I mentioned to you guys before, I went to the main menu and I looked and can't remember what the mode's called, but there's like a separate mode where you can play the challenge tombs, and you can like, try and get a score and how quickly you get through them and stuff like that. But there's these other DLC kind of like missions, right? And I didn't realize that none of them are included. Now, I am playing the definitive edition of Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And so I think, oh, okay, right. Let me have a look then. So I'll have a look and see. And each of these missions have got like different names, and they've got like a bit of story behind them. There's probably about 5 or 6 different ones of them. And it takes me to the store, and each one of these things are like £4 each.
Cool.
And I'm just like, how is this the definitive edition if you've not even including the post-launch like
it's
DLC?
Not the super definitive edition.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And this I know it's not a mechanic, but this is my biggest gripe in the bloody game industry. The Game of the Year editions, the definitive editions, it's all bullshit. It means nothing. Like, what was even I've not even looked at the bullet points, but what was included in the definitive edition to make this the definitive edition? Have I just been chucked a couple of gun skins and costume? Like, what the fuck? What difference is this to the launch edition?
You're probably right. Cosmetic items, maybe some time trials. Who knows? I don't.
So yeah, I'm not paying £4 per let's face it, per tomb, to play, and like, yeah, not going to happen. So I've hung up the controller on Shadow of the Tomb Raider now. I'm done with it. I had my fun with it, and it was good. But I'm just a little bit disappointed in Square Enix for that. I feel like they just keep doing, and then this isn't even anything exclusive to Square Enix or even like Tomb Raider for what they're doing, but like with the whole, charging extra for that stuff even after, after these editions come out. But I'm getting tired with Square Enix doing Tomb Raider dirty. It feels like every single entry in some way. Like, let's not forget, like 2013 Tomb Raider. The game came out after, let's face it was after a long time since a proper Tomb Raider come out. And I remember, like, this is going obviously way back to 2013. I remember it sold 5 million copies, and they were saying like they were like disappointed in the sales in 2013. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? If you're disappointed in that, then obviously Rise of the Tomb Raider, they decided to like make it Xbox exclusive, and it literally sold nothing. And then now then Shadow. I don't even know what happened with that. I don't feel like it got marketed at all. But yeah, I don't know. It's a shame as well because like I say, really good game. Really enjoyed my time with it. But yeah, finally hung up the controller on that one now. Done with it. So I'm moving on. So all my concentration now is going to be going back into Doom, which I continue to. I did dip into it a little bit and continue on playing. And yeah, it's good stuff, man. I like it.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. So yeah, Doom. I'm gonna enjoy moving on with that this week.
Oh, I'm sure you will. It's a fucking fantastic game. Anyway,
Vince.
Yeah.
Have you been playing anything this week?
Oh boy, have I been playing something this week, Adam?
I don't know. Have you?
Of course I have. What do you mean?
Yes. He's been playing Sekiro.
Of course I have, Terry. Thank you. You know exactly what I've been playing, Terry, because I've been playing Sekiro.
I'm hoping if I don't bring it up, maybe once he'll forget to play it, and I don't have to listen.
No. I'm a stone's throw away. I am 4 death blows away from the end of this game.
Wow.
Okay? I am at the final boss, and holy fucking shit is the final boss. Real fucking hard. Oh man, I've been on this boss for like 3 fucking days. It's rough, man. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Listen, I would say I hate it, and I hate, bouncing off of this boss so many times, even though it's the last boss. But goddamn, is it a good fight? Like, shit. Here's the thing about Sekiro, right? That I don't think I've really talked about previously in talking about Sekiro. Boss fights have such a good feel to them. Whether you're winning, whether you die so many times, there is this pitch perfect like ebb and flow to the fights. It's not something like, your Bloodborns or even Dark Souls, really, where it's just you, the boss, and just hit each other a bunch of times and see who wins, right? That's kind of the way I felt about like Dark Souls and Bloodborne. With Sekiro, it really focuses down on that like watching and learning aspect that the Soulsborne games have had before. Because in previous Souls games, obviously, you get used to the enemy's pattern, you time your attacks, dodges right, blah, blah, blah. Same thing in Sekiro, but Sekiro, there's just something to it, especially with the combat. I can't exactly put my finger on it, but they've very much excelled at the almost duel-like nature of boss fights. It's you, the boss, and your skills, and whatever the boss throws at you. It's just so kind of perfect. I mean, I mentioned fluidity, and it is very fluid. Timing your deflects, dodges, counters, using your shinobi prosthetic tools. Like, there's a rhythm and a pace to which either you or the boss can set. And once you get into that flow, it is honestly like when Neo sees the Matrix, right? Even if you've died so many times to this boss, You are seeing through, like, the animations, the timing on things. It's just, you feel like the Shinobi, right? You feel like Sekiro. You are learning, you are adapting, you are pushing forward. It's just this element of skill that you also learn throughout the game, right? And I hate to say that, right? Because a lot of Soulsborne games have that get good, taint to it, that a lot of people like to throw in people's faces. They'll just get good and you'll be able to beat bosses. But with Sekiro and I guess some of the Souls games, but mostly with Sekiro, I felt myself actually learning and getting better and adapting my skills to each fight, to each encounter. Like, it's so good. I mean, honestly, it hasn't topped Bloodborne for me just because of Bloodborne's vibe and how that game plays mostly, but it's real fucking good.
Is
I
it?
mean, I know, yeah.
Sekiro is probably the least I know
Mhm.
of all the
Yeah.
like the Soul series. Is it like still got the same amount of story like world story building as the other games? Like, is it that in depth? Like, are you going around like piecing together the history of the world, or is it not that much? Like, does it not lean
There,
to that as much?
there is some. Like, there's a lot of history that you can kind of piece together, but I know I've said previously, Sekiro is probably the most straightforward story that From Software has done, because you get a lot of dialogue with NPCs, you get a lot of character moments, you get a good bit of background, but you also get, small story moments. For example, like, and you kind of have to work towards them. Nothing like too super serious, like what I did to try and get the true ending. But even that wasn't terrible at all. But it's so there is sake in the game, right? That you can find throughout the world and pick up. And you can take it to NPCs and give them the different kinds of sake. Each each different character tells you a little bit more about either their history or whatever. So you're actually unlocking these somewhat story beats and character moments and past events through actual characters in the world, rather than reading through armor descriptions or weapon descriptions and menus, trying to maybe piece together some information from like Bloodborne or Dark Souls. You actually get a character's experience from the character themselves. So it's not necessarily trying to hide the information, but it's also not kind of giving it all to you. Because it being a stealth game, there are also eavesdrop sections. So this can be used on, enemies to either give you a hint at the next boss, or like smaller quest lines. Like, for example, there's a merchant who wants to know what he can sell more in order to get better stock for you to purchase things with. If you eavesdrop on two enemies a bit in the game, they'll say they're running out of salt. You go back to the merchant, you tell them, hey, they need salt. He's like, cool. You rest, come back, he has more items for you because he's been selling the salt. But there's also eavesdrop moments between NPCs. So if you ever encounter, two NPCs that look like they might be talking in a room, it's probably best to try and eavesdrop on them, because you'll learn more information that for the story, which is one thing that I didn't do for a couple NPCs, and now I'm locked out of a boss because I progressed too far. Granted, it's an optional boss anyway, it doesn't matter. It's the only boss, though, that I haven't beaten, and that's kind of annoying, because my first run of Sekiro, and I almost defeated all bosses, but I accidentally locked myself out of one. Doesn't matter. It's fine.
These things happen.
These things happen. And I was a little worried about not getting the true ending, because I felt like I may have progressed too far past a certain point to get that ending. But it's fine. I'm almost there. I just need to beat the final boss. I've met all the requirements. I can do it.
Fair enough.
I don't know. It's just,
It's
Yeah.
funny because going back to what Adam was saying earlier, I'm almost like the opposite. Like talking about games that you don't like and stuff. I feel like the Souls games are my favorite games ever that I've never played. Like, and then what I
Oh,
mean by
yeah.
that is that like, so obviously I've played some of the original Demon Souls and I've played some of the original Demon Souls remake, but I haven't gone back to it. And I think part of that is because I look at the Souls games and I know they're for me, and I know how much I'm going to love them. But at the same time, for the same reasons, I know just how much hours they require and how much of a time sink they're going to put into. Like, they're not the kind of games I can just kind of dip into and go into something else. Like, if I'm going to be playing that, I've got to be all in it. And that's why I just keep putting them off. And like, I know, like, I'm gonna play through them all. Like they are like they're sitting there, and I'm waiting to go through them all. And I know how much I'm gonna love them.
Oh, yeah.
And whenever I hear stories about Dark Souls or like what people are doing on like Sekiro, Bloodborne, it just gets me excited for it. But like I was reading, as I showed you, like last month's Edge, they had the cover art was for Elden Ring, and I was reading it last night, and it was like a whole interview with Miyazaki talking about Elden Ring. And I tell you that I would like to make an early prediction right now that I think, unless I am sorely mistaken, and like that is going to be the game of the year. That is going to be the game of the year. That is going to be Miyazaki's best work, because from what and he's not giving, like, he doesn't give too much away, but
I'm sure,
it seems like that game is a combination of everything he's done and everything he's learned, and he's putting it into one package. And it just seems like the kind of game that's just gonna, people are gonna be exploring that world for years and stumbling on stuff and figuring things out. Similar, I know, I hate the comparison, but to like Breath of the Wild and what people are doing with that, and just, you know, I just think that it's gonna be something special, and I honestly can't wait to play it at some point.
Okay.
Me too.
I think you're gonna love it.
I'm gonna love it. Like February.
You better get used to it. And all we're gonna be hearing about is Elden Ring from Vince for like from next month for a while.
I just want Red Dead Redemption 2. That's all I've been asking him to play. Like,
okay, here's the thing. I have a list. I have a progress list, right?
Yeah.
Progress list. My goal is to finish Sekiro before Elden Ring comes out, obviously. But I want to take a small break between those games, right? And I mean a small break, right? So obviously, I'm going to head back to my PS5 and play some Spider-Man Miles Morales, right? That's next on the list. Sekiro, Spider-Man. Elden Ring, right? Right to Elden Ring. Up next, Adam. Horizon Forbidden West.
You're such a shitstorm. This is the thing, though. Even going back to Red Dead, again, same thing. I mean, Red Dead Redemption, one of my favorite games of all time, and I put many hours into Red Dead Redemption 2, but I just kind of stopped for the same reason, because that, like, I keep putting that off because that is a game that requires my undivided attention. Same as playing a GTA, I'm just going to get lost in that world, and I don't want to blast through that in a week or two. I want to take my time and just do everything in that world. So same kind of thing. So yeah, you don't want to be squeezing that in anywhere. It's like, let him sip it like a fine wine, Adam. You know,
we had a deal.
See, I know.
We had a deal.
I need to put aside time for that game to give the attention and love it deserves. It's not going to get that in the lead up to Elden Ring, and it's not going to get that immediately after Elden Ring. Definitely so I gotta have a few bracers, right?
Exactly, you gotta
have a few bracers, yeah.
To
get me to Red Dead. After Horizon Forbidden West, though, I don't know anything else that comes out, so it's probably going to be Red Dead.
I tell you what,
War,
Horizon Forbidden West though is that. I mean, that is looking stunning. Absolutely,
it really is.
That game does look good.
Like, looks too good. Like, easily the best looking game, unless I'm missing something, the best looking game, like, by far of this generation. Like, even from what we've seen, like, God of War doesn't even seem to have a patch on that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas before, like God of War was like a step above the original Horizon, but this looks like it's doing something wholly, like
fantastic.
you know what I mean? They're doing on another level here.
Yeah. I'm interested to get my hands on that. Speaking of what I'm looking forward to getting my hands on, which I haven't really been able to play anything over the last week, but tomorrow tomorrow is Sifu. It came out today, I believe, but I am playing it tomorrow, and I'm playing Dying Light 2.
Oh wow!
So I'm going to be playing both games simultaneously because I can
along with that.
So I can speak about them on the pod next week. But yeah, I'm gonna be cracking into them.
I'm interested to see what you think, particularly of like seafood.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seafood. Dying Light 2, I'm just as now Dying Light is an interesting one because I wasn't a huge fan of the first one, but what they seem to have the parkour aspects that they've really improved on in the second one kind of makes me want to play it because the traversal was okay in the first one, but they seem to have stepped that up a little bit for the second one. So I am looking forward to getting into it. But Sifu is the one that I'm really itching to sink my teeth into. So I'm looking forward to starting my journey.
Sifu is Adam's Elden Ring.
I won't go that far.
Sifu. Well, you were telling it as a game of the year, so.
Oh, you mean for that concept?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, like, what? No, and it was your most. You were looking forward to it the most, weren't you? I remember you saying like it's the most.
It was one of the games I was looking forward to the most. God of War was still the game I was looking forward to the most.
That's not coming out this year. Don't kid yourself.
Hey, but I tell you what, I have been on a roll. Like we talked about at the beginning, Sifu. I said that it would be a contender and be talked about in the conversation for Game of the Year, and it is so far.
I mean, it's February, but okay.
People are saying Game of the Year contender, which is all I said.
People won't remember.
And people said that about Returnal too, and look what happened to Returnal.
Yeah, in December, people are going, "Oh, do you remember Sifu came out in February?" Really?
Anyway, Sifu will get nominated.
It'll be the hitman of this year.
Sifu will get nominated because of the style that it is. It'll get nominated that way. That will carry it. So anyway, I did also say, and I'm gonna take this one and
take it to the bank.
And you can argue with me all you want, but
we will.
I am technically right.
Absolutely.
I said GTA 6 would be announced this year, and technically
it's not getting announced.
It's not announced. It's announced that it's not even made.
No,
I'm taking it.
That's not an announcement.
Regardless of any headlines that are out there, there's been no news on that game at all.
Rockstar literally said it themselves. It wasn't news. It was Rockstar saying it.
What? They said that we're working on...
we're working
on GTA 6. Jesus
no.
Christ,
Don't.
What did they say? What did they say?
They said... I'll bring it up. Like, I will
bring it up. I want...
let me tell you, whatever it was not newsworthy.
It broke the news,
and everyone's like,
in a separate conversation, does show the power of GTA that this little tidbit broke.
Oh, it's ridiculous, though. I mean, and it's just like
that's all I'm saying.
Because then it was like every single website was just like, oh, where do you think the next GTA 6 is like? The next GTA is going to be? It's just
that's for clicks, obviously.
Exactly. But like,
we don't do things here for clicks. Please, we played Emily is Away.
Exactly. Let's have a look. Where is it? I'm trying to bring up the quote on the screen. Everything okay?
Yeah. But is it like, from what I heard, this was purely for like shareholders, right?
Nope.
No?
I don't believe so.
I thought it was like Rockstar basically like making a thing saying, you know, like we're working on like...
I think they're tired of people asking.
Maybe. It's just not like...
It's like, yeah, fuck it.
Like, because normally they're just like... They just hold their silence. It's just weird. It was weird for them to make a statement about it. It's just like, what? It
was in an interview.
Why they get... Right, okay.
Yeah, what's up, John? Welcome to the stream. Welcome.
Hello.
Hey, John boy.
Oh, please don't.
my little Die Hard reference there.
See, you see what I mean? You see what I mean? Like, you speak about GTA 6, people appear in the chat. Like, you know, it.
Oh my god, it's the power of the click.
Power of the 6.
We mentioned GTA. It went into the algorithm, and already it just went out there.
You know, that's what it does.
Yeah.
Brought my friend John to the stream.
let me bring this up so we can.
Has nothing to do with anybody, any individual.
Don't
here
need
on
your
this.
pessimism. Thank you very much. Here we go. You might not be able to see it on the little screen for you guys, but I can see it. So fuck you. Let me turn that off.
Yeah, Rockstar Games said we're working on GTA 6. Blah blah blah. Okay,
Almost
cool.
a decade after the release of Grand Theft Auto 5, the next edition of the series has been officially confirmed. The announcement of GTA 6 follows years of worth of speculation. Rockstar, the award-winning developers, have now revealed the new edition is in development, though no release date has been confirmed. With an unprecedented longevity of GTA 5, we know many of you have been asking us about a new entry in the Grand Theft Auto series. Rockstar posted a blog titled Grand Theft Auto Community Update over the weekend. This was just their blog. Like, with every new project we embark on, our goal is always to... Don't interrupt! Our goal is to always to significantly move beyond what we have previously delivered, and we are pleased to confirm that active development for the next Grand Theft Auto series is well underway. And
Horror.
they confirmed, and then it doesn't say it in here, but I can find it. Oh,
I
no,
should
here we
hope
go.
it's. I should hope it's well underway. It's coming out this year, isn't it, Adam? Apparently.
No, it's not quite this year. We look forward to sharing more as soon as we are ready. So please stay tuned to the Rockstar. They would not be putting something out if they weren't within a year of showing
Absolutely
something.
not.
Not release, Vince. Listen to my words. Showing
Active
something.
development, though.
They wouldn't. Why
This
would,
is
no.
before. This is pre-alpha. This is pre-alpha. Hey, we're working on it.
Vince, all you need is a trailer. All you need is a trailer. You don't do that in alpha. It's CGI. You don't need to have a game. You just need a trailer. They just need to settle on the story. All I'm saying is, if they're putting this now,
Rockstar don't do like cinematic trailers. That when they show a trailer, that it'll be a vertical slice of it. It's like done. It'll be past an alpha stage.
yes,
You know what, John?
I'm not disagreeing with you that they won't show like
Yeah.
That, you know, maybe like this time next year they could show a teaser, like in saying like where it's coming out in a year or whatever. I could see that maybe, but that's a very big maybe.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying. Like that within a year, you will have some sort of teaser or comment. Yes, I know the comments.
This does not count if Rockstar changes their logo to a different color on their social media.
That's not a reveal.
Yeah. I don't want any of that chucked in my face.
No.
Did you guys?
I'm about a video. There will be a video within a year.
Yeah. Okay. There'll be a trailer.
The announcement trailer
right?
for GTA 6.
Okay.
And then there'll be 2 years of development.
I bloody hope you're right, but no chance in hell.
February 8th, 2023. If there is no GTA video,
that's your deadline.
And it'll be one of the few times I've been wrong. I'm knocking them out the park. I'm confident.
Unbelievable. Did you guys see this
GTA
though from
5
Jason Schreier?
remastered for PS6. So
did you guys see this tweet from Jason Schreier? This kind of stuff just blows my mind. So some fun sales numbers. So, entire Assassin's Creed series as of November 2020 has sold 155 million copies. Entire Final Fantasy series as of September 2021 has sold 164 million copies. Entire Resident Evil series as of December 2021, 123 million copies. GTA 5 as of February 2022, 160 million copies.
Is the beast that keeps on going.
It's just...
It's going to get a lot more as well.
It's just absolutely insane.
Is it next month? Is it March or is it May? I can never remember when it's coming up.
I don't know.
March. Anyway. Yeah, well, anyway, like, joking aside, like, obviously this is very early news, but to look at this from a business perspective, they would not put something out there if they weren't wanting to themselves stoke the flames. Because, let's face it, Rockstar do not need to stoke the flames on GTA 6. When that game is coming, it's coming.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
So, for them to say something is what we do this for our events, because the really renowned events that we do. So you put the little teasers out that some information's coming. Now they're doing that quite early, but this will build the flames even higher. They want maximum, which I don't think they need to do. But the only reason
they don't need to,
but they are, and they've not done this before. So they did it with GTA 5. They did, but it wasn't a bigger gap, so it didn't really mean as much.
To me, this makes no sense to me though. This is like like during the peak Half-Life 3 like room, you know what I mean, like when people
but
are
it's
just
just
like
four guys in a basement going, oh, give us
but
Half-Life
like
3.
Half-Life 3 confirmed, like, and it was, you know, people pitching like like, tables and tents outside of Valve's headquarters, like that's like that Valve going out with a tweet saying, yeah, like we're working on like Half-Life 3. Like surely that's just going to cause more like pain in the ass problems for them, like people like pestering them saying like, oh, what's going on, where's it set, where's it coming out. They don't need to do that. I surely think that this is a shareholder thing. This is like as if to say, look, for whatever reason, you know, maybe their bloody stocks dropped overnight or something like that, I don't know. Take two.
Did
Just
you
say,
see
look,
what their stock did after this announcement?
yeah, I imagine. Yeah, so that's my point.
Shot up.
That's what I'm saying. This is like, don't worry, like we're you know, we're working on that thing. Like, we're not just kind of resting on our laurels with GTA 5 here and just like waiting for this thing to die. We're working on the next one.
Here's the thing, right? No one said it was GTA 6. The next iteration in the GTA franchise, right?
No, they said GTA 6.
Chinatown Wars
I've
2.
just closed the
Because-
tab. 1 second.
The quote you read,
That's what I'd rather have than GTA
the next
6.
iteration in the GTA franchise.
Let me just
Right?
let me just find it. Just you may be right. I'm just gonna.
Everyone knows that
well,
Chinatown Wars is better than Red Dead Redemption 2 anyway. So, like, if we actually get a new Chinatown Wars, then we're all good, guys.
Then we're golden, boys. But if you are right, and we do get a video in the next year, I don't think it'll be for 6.
No, absolutely.
I
Will
bloody
be.
I hope it is.
You're obviously
Jesus
going to get
Christ.
another. You're going to get the launch trailer for the new GTA. They'll do one more before the release, usually like a week before. They might show one of the new things that they've been working on. But no, you will absolutely get a G. If they're going to show anything that is GTA based after this release, apart from when they do another DLC, like it'll be GTA 6.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
And this is like a paradox here, a time paradox.
Okay.
Let's say in 20 no right I'm going to take this back even further, then I'll move it forward a little bit. So
Wow.
2002 right, we're all playing on our shiny PS2s. You know they've been out for a couple of years, but we're playing our Xboxes, probably, and the GameCubes are just around the corner, right?
Right.
If we were to play, if we were to bust out a Mega Drive at that point, right?
Yeah.
We're playing Sonic 2. We're retro gaming. We're retro gaming at that point. We're playing a game that came out 10 years ago. You know, 10 years ago. Right, let's take it to modern day, right?
Okay, yeah.
Technically, is GTA 5 a retro game at this point?
No.
At this point, absolutely.
And we're still playing it?
No, it's not.
Playing a game that
It's a
came
game
out
that's
two.
still
We're playing a game that came out
updated.
2 generations ago, though.
It's almost
It
a
came
game for service now, isn't it? Because it's being updated continuously.
The live component is.
But the live
yes.
component is a big
The
part of the
single
game.
player. No.
That's just you can almost call that a mode in the
You
game.
can almost call that.
You
You can say the same thing about Dark Souls, right? People still go online and do co-op and invasions
How
in Dark
crazy is it? Like,
Souls.
so-
but it's not a fucking live
I know you
service
can.
game.
I know you can like go to any, like you can say, okay, yeah, like World of Warcraft, like that has been going like way before that and still going. But like, try and think like any other games that came out at the same time. And I know that it's
Skyrim.
been remastered, kind of thing. Like, but any games that came out at the same time, like what? Yeah, Skyrim. Yeah, Skyrim. Okay, I guess one that we're kind of going back to. But is there anything else that came around at a time that's just kind of got lost behind, and you kind of think of those as like, you think of that as like an old game? That's like an old game, like okay,
I mean, Portal, right?
yeah,
That was what, 07? Yeah. I mean, granted,
yeah,
still.
Portal 2,
farther
yeah,
away
Portal 2, yeah, like was around the same time, yeah. It's just crazy. Like, what even is time anymore? It's just like there's no.
Time doesn't
Yeah.
exist. It's a flat circle.
It doesn't. It's a flat circle. It is a flat circle now.
Just to bring it back to the more important news of GTA. There's been
No one cares.
there's been There's been more comments, this time by Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick. Speaking to IGN, this was yesterday. Well, not yesterday now, because for us it's the 9th. On the 7th. Speaking to IGN ahead of Take-Two's quarterly financials, Zelnick says that it labels it always decides when and how to announce their upcoming projects, so i.e. Rockstar, including the recent GTA 6 confirmation. Obviously, people need to stay tuned. A lot more information will be shared, and Rockstar will do so in time. So,
but
it's a GTA 6. However,
this is the same quote. This isn't the same quote.
Vince said though, it's not. They didn't say GTA 6. They didn't say GTA 6.
This is a different quote.
Yes, but from Take-Two, the publisher, not Rockstar, the developer.
Once again,
publishers have been known to make
just reading a new quote that I'd found. Like, this is just extra news.
A new convenient quote that says GTA.
I'm just gonna say, if it is GTA 6, I'm gonna be disappointed because I'm still waiting for San Andreas Stories on the PSP. So
anyway, that was just making a little point about GTA 6 that I said it would be announced this year, and technically it has been announced. So, fuck you both. I'm 2 for 2 this year.
You're not. You're half for 2.
Half? No. You can't even say Sifu's a half.
Sifu's a half.
No, I'm taking
because the Game of the Year contender in February.
I said it would be in the Game of the Year conversation. There has been conversations about it being Game of the Year.
Well, let's wait and see until we have those Game of the Year conversations in December and see if it's in the conversation then.
Anyway,
I think it will be. But let's see.
Oh, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. The only games that's really coming out this year is Sifu and Elden Ring.
Exactly. They're the 2 games. And Horizon. We're going to have 3 games come out this year.
2 things that I just want to, not to talk about the actual subjects, but just quickly jump back to. One is about, and it is about GTA 6, sorry.
Jesus fucking Christ.
This man
No. This is directly to you, Vince.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's just get down the house on the
podcast. I think Terry said he wasn't sure, but you were very adamant. If GTA 6 has an announcement video in the next year, what do I get?
What do you get?
GTA 6 to look forward
to. And I'll happily have a punishment if it doesn't get announced, but there has to be
like that, wouldn't you?
I got a punishment for you.
There has to be a sweetener in there as well, though.
Okay, the sweetener. No, I got nothing. I will buy you your favorite ice cream.
Buy me my favorite
just to bring it back around
to 99 Whippy with a with a flake.
You get some apple pie ice cream.
I live in America. What can I do?
Apple pie ice cream is very, 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 very nice.
Yeah.
What is the punishment then? You got a punishment?
The punishment is. Are you ready, Adam?
It's gonna be play something, isn't it?
It's absolutely going to be play something. You're going to have to play Bloodborne on stream. You don't have to finish it.
I have a child.
You have to play Bloodborne on stream.
That game.
No. You don't have to beat it. You just have to play it on stream. I'll be there to coach you. It'll be okay.
Stupid question, but genuine.
Yeah.
What's Bloodborne on? Is it on all
PS4, PS5? It's on the PlayStation Collection on PS5.
Pass. You have to give me something that's a Souls game that's on Xbox or PC because my PlayStation isn't upstairs. You
got a year to figure it out.
Well, it's our main TV source, so that ain't coming upstairs.
Wait, have you not got a PS4 up anymore?
I've got a PS4, I guess, but I don't have a camera.
There you
go.
Bloody hell. You have a year. Either you're right or you're wrong.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
at that point.
Coin toss.
It'll be on Game Pass at that point anyway, because Xbox would have bought PlayStation, so you're good.
Right? Yeah,
you're good.
Go on. So, have you got something, Terry? There?
No, go on. No, carry on.
Oh, I'm going to move it away from games. So if yours is on gaming, you can.
Yeah. No, that's what I was going to say. Like, because I haven't spoke TV. Like, I'll move to that after that.
No, go on.
Yeah, rant about TV though, because I'm sure you've probably been watching Book of Boba Fett, right?
Of course, yeah.
Of course, yeah. Can people just not fucking spoil shit online?
Oh, no.
Like, immediately after this? Because I know. But why? I know. I've seen the character. I've seen both characters now, actually.
Yeah, well, I did say this last week. At that point, you hadn't.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, man, you've done well to avoid stuff.
I haven't said anything.
Oh, it didn't last long.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, even this is the problem. Before I even watched the episode, I saw that character's name trending on Twitter, so immediately I knew. Okay, you know what I mean? It's so. It's
the bounty
ridiculous.
hunter or not, or the other character.
The other one.
The other one. Okay.
Yeah. But wow, I mean, you haven't watched it yet, no?
I haven't watched it yet. No.
Okay.
I mean,
I know I said it last time, but like, did I speak about this episode? Yeah. But the last episode of that of the Book of Boba Fett is one of the best hours of any Star Wars I've seen in a long time. Since like well, not in a long time, since that finale of the Mandalorians. It was there, you know, it was like going back to that level, even more so. Like it was just wow. Okay, not that moment of that finale was. There's not much that reaches that level of hype.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
But there was just so many good. It was just a great hour of TV throughout, and I hope it I kind of think we probably won't get much more of that in the rest of this show, but we'll see. But it gives me hope for like season 3 of The Mandalorian, of how, you know, what they can do with it. It's just great. I've said it, and I'll say it, and I'll say it over and over again. Give Dave Filoni the fucking keys to Star Wars. He deserves it.
Oh yeah.
He's
people have been saying that for like years, right?
He's like, I mean, I've watched obviously all of Clone Wars and now after like obviously what he's been doing with The Mandalorian, and now like after directing that episode, he just gets it. He gets it, and he takes all the best parts of, you know, the prequels, the originals, and the sequels, and he just makes it all work. He gets Star Wars. He needs to just be put in charge of it.
All right.
Simple as that.
Adam?
I have a slight tangent, but it is TV related. I have a question for you both.
Okay.
If you had to bet all of your life savings and all of your consoles and computers and everything,
I don't think GTA 6 is going to come out.
Okay, right. I'll just leave it then, I guess. Jesus. No. Which TV series do you think is going to be more universally liked? Is it going to be Lord of the Rings? The whatever it's what's it called? The Rings of Power or something?
The Rings of Power. Yeah.
The Halo TV series, or The Last of Us TV series?
Not the Halo TV series. That will be a very niche thing, and I don't even know like where that's even being aired like over here. So I don't think that.
I don't think we get it, do we? Because it's is it Paramount that is showing that? Is it Paramount?
Yeah, it's Paramount Plus,
which we don't get over here. So
I think it'll be Lord of the Rings, and the reason will be
it's more
widely known. The Last of Us will be big, but it's an HBO show. Not that means anything, but it'll be like a niche thing that people that know it. The people that are into that kind of thing know it. Lord of the Rings has got such a big name anyway, but they've spent so much on that show. They will market the fuck out of that. That will be.
Oh, they've already.
But it is on Amazon. You've got to set.
It's on Amazon. Yeah, it's on Prime. Yep.
Oh, who doesn't have Amazon Prime?
Yeah, Amazon Prime. I know it's not as big as Netflix, but it's like.
And my caveat to what you just said would be that probably the biggest TV show of all time is Game of Thrones on HBO. That didn't really, not many people knew about Game of Thrones outside of the books before Game of Thrones started, and it became the biggest thing. And
correct.
So I think there is that side of it. If it's done well, it just becomes
right. So here's where I
less law though, I guess with.
So when Game of Thrones started, and I can only speak particularly for the UK over here, but like when Game of Thrones started, we were in a very different place. When Game of Thrones came out, we didn't have Netflix.
Spain.
We didn't have Netflix, and we still don't have like HBO shows. Have always been aired on Sky, right? So when Game of Thrones came out, I mean, I was a Sky customer. Literally everyone I knew was a Sky customer. If you didn't have Sky, it wasn't worth
living.
Yeah, basically that's where you were watching everything on. But since then, like myself, I've not had Sky in years, like, you know, because I just use Netflix, I only use all these streaming services. And that's not the place anymore. I think the opposite. I think most people don't have that. And if something's being aired over there, then like it's a lot of people aren't necessarily seeing it because they don't have they can't warrant signing up and paying for that because they already got like Netflix or Amazon or now Disney Plus or so whereas Amazon, I think, yeah, while not as big as Netflix, I think that this is the show that's actually going to make it big. This is going to make everyone get Amazon Prime. And like I say, you're not going to be able to turn a corner without seeing this place on a billboard. I think it's going to be huge. I think it's going to be huge.
Maybe.
Will it be Game
so.
of Thrones huge? Maybe not. I don't know, but
Yeah, it does have the potential to fail. But what I will say to that point,
is this
right?
just one series, or did they say it's going to be continuous?
no, I think they're going to make it continuous.
I think it's going to be like a series. But to the point, like, you know, HBO over Amazon Prime, I think if we're talking specifically like air date, right? Like first season, this is what we get this year. It's got to be Lord of the Rings, right? If you look at, like we were talking about Game of Thrones, right? It took a couple seasons for that to pick up in popularity until like everybody was talking about it, everybody was word of mouth. I think The Last of Us could have that, right? It's going to start in the gaming community, but as more people recognize, like, you're flipping through, you're watching HBO, you're going to check out The Last of Us. It's this weird zombie apocalypse series. I think word of mouth is going to spread through that, depending on if it remains good, if it's as good as the games, right? Which, if Neil Druckmann's working on it, then obviously it kind of has to be. I think it's going to pick up that word of mouth, and probably by season 2, if we get a season 2 of The Last of Us, it may overtake Lord of the Rings, but who knows, right?
It'd be interesting to see. Ravenheart's come in and said, everyone has Prime, but with the way Netflix keeps raising their prices, subs are going to fall off.
I mean, you're not wrong, because they also just announced like new price hikes, which I'm just like, shit.
Yeah, but
Right, see,
I think
Prime,
the issue with Netflix, though, and not like good for them issue for us, is so much comes out on Netflix. It's kind of almost a necessity in some ways to watch what you want to watch, because you guarantee something's going to come out on Netflix you want to watch. But on the flip side, that is probably the one I watch the least.
But Netflix?
Netflix, yeah. For the general household, I think Netflix is probably the most watched. For example, Casey watches Netflix almost predominantly. Barely goes to anything else. But
see, that was the case for me with Netflix until I think my main thing now is Disney Plus, because I'm always on Disney Plus, whether it's a new Star Wars show, whether it's a new Marvel show, or if it's something that the kids are watching. There's always like something on there at the minute, like but it was always Netflix. But I tell you what, though, Amazon, before they start doing anything else, they got to sort their front end out on that shit.
Oh, their UI.
And I tell you what, and I tell you what, that's mainly the reason why I never go on it. Amazon Prime is the only thing where I go on, like, I don't ever go. I never browse on Amazon Prime because it's just a horrible experience. Like, it will always be like the last port of call. Like, if we're like gonna like watch a film, and we go, oh, well, let's check what it's on. I'll check Netflix. I'll check Disney, and I'll check like Sky, like Now TV, like, and then I'll go right. The last port of call, be like, right, let's see if it's on Prime, because I never sitting on there. Like Netflix is just that thing. You just kind of fire it up, you kind of blading through because it's just smooth. You look through. Prime, I just don't even want to go on there. It's a mess. It takes so long to like. It's just horrible. It's just I don't like unless I'll Google. I'll go like, is this film on Prime, and then I'll search it. I just don't want to be searching through it. So they need to sort that shit out.
Yeah,
they really do.
A few comments from Ravenheart. They said they only watch Netflix when something comes out. Then after they watch it, they don't go there until the next thing comes out. I'm the same with Netflix because there's a few programs that, like Drive to Survive, the Formula One documentary. When that comes out, I'll usually binge that in a couple of days. Or
The Witcher.
The Witcher, like
a big one in the room. Yeah,
that's so funny though that you guys say, because I'm the opposite. Like that's the one that I'll just like not even thinking about it. I'll just like if I turn my TV on, Netflix, I just press the Netflix button, and because it's so, it's done well. It draws you in. Like I'll be like blading through it, and then something will start playing, the trailer will start playing. Like, oh, what's this? Like it's a new thing. Like
YouTube's the
entices
one
you
I
in.
watch the most.
Oh yeah,
YouTube, interesting.
Yeah.
YouTube
Yeah,
TV or just like YouTube in general?
No, because I have the what's it called, premium, so no adverts or anything. So I'd have to listen to any adverts, and that's what I hate with Sky. Like even when you watch their box sets, there's usually adverts. They put them in like Broadwalk Empire. It's one of the reasons I'm struggling to get through season 3. I'm just sick of the adverts every 5 minutes.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
So Ravenheart's also saying they never uses Prime on the browser, only on the console. I'm the same. I don't use the browser. The browser sucks ass. But they've been so hooked on Vox Machina right now. Yeah, well, Vox Machina is doing really well over on Amazon. The Critical Role season 1.
I love the rollout, right? Like we got the first 3 episodes last Friday. We got the next 3 episodes.
It's a really
Friday.
good way of doing it.
It's so smart. Like it's like a mini binge, and I love it.
The opposite of that, and this is infuriating. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a program like a program do this. There's a program will mean nothing to you, the actual program, Vince, but Peter Crouch, Terry, obviously the footballer, he has a series where he's going to save a football team, and he has a football team that's struggling. It's a documentary. They released 3 episodes.
Oh Lord!
Like out of this, I think it's a 6-episode season. We don't get the next 3 until the end of the football season. Which is May.
Yeah.
Like,
might as well split it into 2. Might call it 2 seasons.
Because it's all the same season, but they said they started filming it this season. They went, "We're going to film some more. We'll release them in 4 months' time."
Yeah.
Infuriating, and it came out in December, I think, technically. So I just started watching it late. So imagine if you'd watched in December, and they were like, "Find the second half of this season in May."
Crazy.
Like.
Why?
Yeah, and they must have footage because they showed a teaser of what was coming. So it's just like, well, you already know some of it, so stop being a dick. Like, just.
Although
one thing that Discovery Plus,
and there's not many shows. That's the one thing I'll say about Amazon Prime. There's just not many shows that I like on there. They don't seem to have invested.
Is this Amazon?
Up until now, at least. Oh, and Amazon Prime, yeah. Sorry, they've not invested as much in like creating original shows as Netflix have like over the years.
Have you watched The Expanse though?
No, I haven't, and I know there is some on there, but it's not like there's not
Wheel of Time or something
amount. But one thing I do love is their All or Nothing series, All or Nothing, because
the football ones, really good.
Yeah, they're great. They're really good, and I know next season's one is Arsenal, so that'll be interesting to watch.
If they don't have just like the Benny Hill music over most of it, or the Curb Your Enthusiasm music, or like just going over most of that season, because that is.
But it's going to be really interesting to watch. I'm looking forward to seeing that. But
does Tom Hardy always narrate them, or was it just the Tottenham one he narrated? Because
did he? I've not watched. I've not watched
the Tottenham one's the best one, I think, so far.
Is he good? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just Jose Mourinho for the first half.
Yeah, I watched the Man City one. That was cool. But I loved the NFL. Like, I mean, I've only watched the Cardinals. But I mean, the Cardinals one was the first series of them all.
Yeah, and
that was just fascinating. And I started the what was it called? Can't remember the team now. The second season. Can't remember. The Rams. It was the Rams. It was for the second season. Anyway, but they're great. They're really good. But going back to TV series and going back to Disney Plus, I have watched the first three episodes of Pam and Tommy.
Oh
shit! I want to watch that.
You enjoying it?
It's really good. Yeah, really good. Really enjoying it. Yeah, I didn't know anything about like the history. I mean, obviously, I remember like it's weird actually. Like this is all set in 1995, and like I remember like, well, not in 95, but probably like 97 and stuff. Like I mean, you can go anywhere on the internet at that point without that pop-up coming up of the Pam and Tommy video. It's very much a time and place, you know. But I remember like those times of like, it's really cool how it taps into that time in the 90s and like that early internet and stuff like that. And it's quite fascinating to watch. But yeah, I didn't know anything about the story, and I still don't really know what the whole outcome was with it. So it's really interesting to see that. But yeah, I mean, Seth Rogen's like really good in it. And but my God, Lily James is just
nailing it.
I mean, there's scenes in that where you just forget it's her, and you just think you like it's Pamela Anderson. Like it's just so crazy. And Sebastian Stan is so good in it. Like he and I imagine this is like I'm assuming this is how Tommy Lee was, but he just comes across as such a that typical kind of like rock star, just acting like a dick, like just like to everyone and it's just really well done. It's I highly recommend it. But they released the first 3 episodes at once. I don't know how many episodes it's going to be, but I think it's weekly every Wednesday. I can't remember what days it comes out.
So weird that that's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, and do you know what?
Well, it's on Hulu over here, so it's fine.
There's a moment. I mean, it is like full on. I wasn't expecting that as well. Like it is full on explicit.
Yeah.
There's scenes in that where Sebastian Stan, like as Tommy Lee, he's sitting there having a conversation, talking to his dick, in all of its graphic, and I'm like,
sure,
if you told me 10 years ago, I'd have been watching Sebastian Stan talking to his dick on Disney. Would I have believed you? I don't know if I would. But hey, this is the world we're living in, and I'm all here for it. So
where dreams come true.
Yeah,
Disney. Yeah.
Is there anything that anyone wants to talk about TV wise before I move on to kind of the 2 things that I wanted to wrap up with?
Oh man, Vox Machina really good. John, we're definitely going to talk about that at some point. Vox Machina, very good. Continues to be great. Doors, am I right? That's an inside Critical Role joke. Anyway.
No, I know you. Are you on about season 3? Or are you on about Vox Machina?
Vox Machina, but also
the struggle of the doors 3. At the beginning of campaign 3 for a while. So,
yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck they have against doors or doors have against them, but Jesus Christ.
Have you caught up any more on campaign 3?
Campaign 3, I'm on like episode 8. Oh. Yeah, I'm getting there very slowly. I was introduced to Chutney.
Chutney Pockapee? Incredible.
Yeah. Incredible. God bless Travis Willingham. Anyway.
So good. Like, and that character does not fail to deliver.
Absolutely not.
Oh my God. Like, you're in for a ride. Anyway, not to go into too many spoilers for people who haven't seen that yet. So we're going to... Anyway. I've got 2 things to do. First one, it'd be interesting to see how we do. I'm going to just switch screens so you can see it. Ooh. This is which came first.
Oh boy.
Sorry about the terrible layout of this website, but it is literally half a blank white page at the bottom. Which came first, the toaster or the blender?
Blender.
Okay, we're having some votes. We'll go with majority on this one. Terry?
I think people were blending stuff before they were toasting stuff.
I don't know.
Are we going for like the very literal sense, like of a blender, or is it going to be something that was like a blender, like a big industrial thing that chops stuff up?
No, it would be a blender, I guess, a household blender and a household toaster.
I feel like a toaster would have been the earliest, but like it would have been as like a toaster as we know it.
Well, the only thing I've got to go off this, like, is a program that Terry knows well, Broadwalk Empire. Like,
yes,
he buys his dad a toaster.
I knew when you said it, I was like, I remember seeing like one of the early toasters somewhere, and that's what it was from. Boardwalk.
Yeah, it was a Boardwalk.
Blender's more
Boardwalk. Ravenheart says Blender is more simple. I don't think people developing a controlled source of heat came first. So it's 2-2, but we're going to go with chat on this one as well. So we'll go with Blender, but for the record, I think me and Terry are saying toaster. But
I'm going to go with toaster.
Incorrect. It was toaster.
Wow.
The toaster was invented in 1893 in Scotland.
Wow.
While Macy and the electric toaster. 1919 was the first blender. So yeah.
Hmm.
See,
Okay.
yeah, there you go. So there's about a
There you go. Scotland bringing out the iron brew and also toasters.
It
Ravenheart
would be the
said,
Scottish.
"Well played, science." Yes.
Right?
Anyway, next question. Which came
Yeah.
first, a zipper or Velcro?
Oh, Velcro. Calling it Velcro. Nope, that's not right. A zipper.
Zipper.
No, fuck. Shit. Velcro. I'm going Velcro. Final answer. Locking
It's gotta
it
be
in.
zipper, right?
Ravenheart's going zipper. Terry's going zipper. I'm trying to think.
Velcro, I feel like was quite a
I have
modern.
a very strange reason for this.
I think it's a zipper because I think Velcro was much more modern because of the hooks, and I think Velcro is in. I think Velcro was designed for NASA.
Yes,
I think they
yes,
used it
it
on the
was
suits,
to
didn't
keep
they?
them to
Yeah,
stuck to the walls, right?
yeah, I
Isn't that
think
thing
so.
like they sleep on the walls?
Yes, I think we've got a majority of zipper, but it was zipper.
It was zipper.
Mm.
Of course it was.
The adamancy of Vince there going, it's Velcro, no, it's zipper, it's Velcro.
And I
You
don't.
lied to
Does
me
it give you
again,
the year?
TV.
Does it give the year? Because I don't think zippers are that old,
the
are
zipper,
they?
no, you're wrong. Zippers were invented in 1851.
Oh, okay.
Just
That's cold.
and then
Before then, people were putting things like crazy.
Velcro didn't arrive until 1948. So
Yeah.
almost 100 years.
Wow.
Crazy. Next question.
Crazy.
There's only 10 of them. Which came first, the refrigerator or the microwave? I think
Oh,
I know
refrigerator.
the answer to this.
Refrigerator, easier.
I think it's the microwave.
No, microwave came about in like
Oh,
was that late 60s, early 70s?
I think it's the microwave.
No way, not a chance in hell.
If there's
They
a
had
weird stipulation on this, I
They
call
had
bullshit.
they had refrigerators in bloody Downton Abbey. I know that, like, and they were like quite whoa, look at us, like we've got one of the these first refrigerators, and they weren't.
Were
putting
they
shit in the larders.
refrigerators or were they chill boxes?
That might have been a chill box.
See, that's the weird, stupid stipulation, right?
Listen, I'm
pretty sure it was a
three of you have
refrigerator.
gone fridge.
And this was like 1920. So
You're
I'm gonna
correct.
go
It was the
refrigerator.
fridge. It was the
Yeah.
fridge. What was the
Oh,
difference?
yes, it was.
The refrigerator was invented in 1913. So yeah.
There you go.
The fridge freezer came in the 1940s. Microwaves didn't arrive until 1945. So I was way off.
Wow.
Oh wow, I thought microwaves were way later than that though. Okay.
Next question.
Yeah.
Which came first, insulin or penicillin?
Penicillin.
Yeah. Penicillin.
I'm gonna go penicillin on this one. We'll see what Ravenheart goes with.
Gotta be penicillin, right? That was used to cure something.
We're all going penicillin. Incorrect. It was insulin.
Wow.
What?
Okay.
Wow.
The first insulin injection went to 14-year-old Leonard Thompson, thanks to Frederick Banninger in 1922.
Okay,
So
what
there was
was
only
penicillin?
6 years in it, so it was a close one. But yeah, Alexander Fleming obviously famously found penicillin. Which came
Yeah,
first?
put his bread in the fridge.
The implantable pacemaker or an MRI machine?
Oh shit.
Mm,
Pacemaker. Yeah, that's a hard one. I don't have a frame of reference for either of these.
I'm gonna say MRI.
I'm gonna say MRI. I don't think
Pacemaker
I was
seems a
thinking
bit too
pacemaker, yeah.
small, like small technology, isn't it?
so. Ravenheart saying pacemaker
Although,
as well.
Probably the original was just like clock, just like fucking
Yeah.
stuck.
You had to
I
wind.
think
it up.
MRI is too complex. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so we got. What did you say? Sorry, Vince.
Oh, I went pacemaker. Yeah.
So we've got two
pacemaker.
pacemakers, and we've got. Did you say MRI, Terry?
Yeah, but I'm really not sure on this.
Well, we'll go pacemaker, but I think it's
Yeah.
MRI. But no, it's pacemaker. The difference is
Hell yeah.
the first pacemaker was invented in 1932. Was the first one, which was a hand cranked motor. I was joking doing this, but
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
what else is it going to be in at that time?
And
Jeez.
then MRI was 1950s is when they started to work on it, but the first one didn't appear until 1993.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy
40
shit.
years?
Yeah.
I did not realize it was that new.
Yeah.
Which came first, the 3.5-inch floppy disk or laser printing or zero graphic?
Yes, MRIs can disrupt a pacemaker because it's magnetic, isn't it? Yeah.
I would have just assumed floppy disk, right? But like,
Yeah.
I think of laser printing as a later thing, but
Is it laser printing specifically?
It says
Because-
it says zero graphic / laser printing.
yeah, because
Oh,
like
then-
before laser printing, it was all just like
It's inkjet,
photocopy.
yeah.
It was like yeah. Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
think
go
I
with
How
was
long
floppy
have
disk.
floppy disks actually been around?
Oh man,
The
they
90s,
Like
early.
No, I mean that's when they were like commercially everywhere. I think the floppy disks were probably going around in like
It says, but it says 3.5-inch floppy disks. They used to be a lot bigger, didn't they? They used to be like
Yeah.
that.
They did
I'm
used
gonna
to be pretty
I'm
big.
gonna still say the 80s though. I reckon floppy disks that 80s.
So you're saying floppy disks was earlier, Terry?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ravenheart's saying floppy disk. Vince, what are you saying?
Floppy disk.
I think it's the laser
what the
printing,
fuck?
but I will go with majority on this one. It is the laser printing. Printing was
Wow.
set up in the early 1960s, and the first laser printed commercial laser printer was 1976. The 3-inch floppy disk, there was the 8-inch floppy disk in 1967, but the 3.5-inch was the late 1980s, early 1990s. But it did make its debut technically in 1983.
Okay.
Next question. There's only 10 of these. We're on number 7. Which came first, AOL or commercial cell phones?
Oh fuck.
Wait, what do you mean?
AOL.
So
like
a
a home
handheld
Wi-Fi
mobile that you
mail.
could buy in a shop. Or AOL. On its
AOL.
on the
No,
disc that it
no.
used to come on.
I would have thought commercial cell phones, right? Surely.
Fuck, that's the hard part, right? Because they used to be those bricks, yeah.
Yeah,
Ravenheart-
AOL. I
Ravenheart
feel like
saying
that
AOL.
AOL was definitely a 90s thing. There's no way that came out before the 90s. Not a chance.
Yeah.
And you could buy cell phones like you could buy like that was 80s. Yeah.
Right, suitcase phones are something to factor in there. That's why I'm thinking the cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're saying cell phone?
Yeah,
I'm
I would
saying
be
cell phone.
absolutely baffled if it was the other way around.
I'll go with cell phone on this. So Ravenheart went AOL. It is AOL.
What?
Holy
What year?
shit! Wow.
While
Okay.
widespread use of the internet didn't catch on until mid to late 1990s, America Online was well around before them. It came out in January in 1983.
What?
Excuse me.
But okay,
How?
so this
There
is very
wasn't-
tricky. January 1983 was when AOL first came around. The first consumer portable telephone came out in October 1983. So they both came out in the same year.
Yeah, but what the fuck was AOL doing? There was no World Wide Web at that point.
So
They were
okay,
sending you the.
no, here it says. So it was created by Bill von Meister when he had the idea to hook up a phone line to an Atari for gaming purposes. It
What
did
legend.
require a modem purchase and a setup fee, and after some time it evolved into the internet service many would associate. So at first it was just a way of gaming.
Yeah. AOL was my first internet provider for a good few years,
I
and
think it was mine too.
gives me memories. Well, I don't think. Well, I guess maybe it was at some point, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. Which came first, zip drives or DVD storage?
Zip drives, right?
Like rewritable DVDs or just the technology for DVD
It
storage?
says DVD storage or zip drives.
I mean, DVD storage. I mean, we didn't get DVD
That's-
movies until 97. Like probably till 97. Imagine we was getting DVD drives and DVD discs a little while before that. So it's got to be like mid to early 90s. And then zip. There's probably not a lot in it, but I'm gonna go with zip.
I'm going DVD.
I think I'm going to go DVD on this one.
Yeah.
You're gonna go and tell me like
Ravenheart-
DVDs were in the fucking 80s or some bullshit, aren't you?
Ravenheart says zip drives, so
Zip
it's
drive.
a draw, but we'll
Okay.
go with DVD just to click on one. It is zip drives. The zip drive or high capacity disk storage came just barely before DVDs in 1994.
That sounds about right.
bringing up
That's
the
what's
rear
barely-
DVD, which came out in 1995 to eventually oust the VHS. The technology that preceded zip drives and DVDs originated in the late 1950s.
What?
I was talking about this the other day actually.
Oh, this is
When I got my
interesting.
first DVD drive, like that would have been 97, 98.
Oh wow.
And that was like a whole experience. That was like the real next gen thing, you know.
Yeah.
And it was in my computer. And I remember I got Tomorrow Never Dies, 007, Tomorrow Never Dies with it, and Lethal Weapon 4. I remember watching them for the first time, thinking like, "Whoa!" Like the picture quality was just insane,
One
and
of
the fact
them
that
is a
you
good
could
film.
skip chapters.
Yeah.
What are you shitting on?
I'm saying out in comparison, Lethal Weapon 4 is poor compared to some of the
Yeah,
other films.
I enjoyed it. I watched it a lot, but yeah, Tomorrow Never Dies.
Very
classic.
good film.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
came first, Google or the Hubble Space Telescope?
Hubble.
Shit, I don't know. Hubble. Yeah.
Yeah, we're all saying Hubble.
I'm thinking
It
about
is
Hubble.
Hubble. Google has been around for 18 years. Hubble has been in orbit for 26 years.
Hell yeah.
And finally, which came first? Online media streaming, internet TV and radio, or 4G and LTE?
So what was the first
So
one?
the first one is on media streaming, basically. So either internet TV, internet TV, or radio streaming, or 4G and LTE. So Ravenheart's saying
Streaming,
online
yeah.
media streaming.
I reckon I'm gonna go 4G.
Interesting. I feel like 4G was like the past couple of years.
I feel
Well-
like it was mainstream, but I reckon it's gonna be like, oh, there was 4G available like years and years before, but it only really went
Right.
widespread.
In 1962,
Yeah.
I think it's online media. Yeah,
the first telephones were 4G.
Yeah.
it is online media. Online
Yeah, it
media takes a cake.
That makes sense.
The first internet radio talk show debuted in 1993, while many other internet outlets. Netflix was founded in 1997. 4G came in 2007 in Korea, and in the US it was 2010. And then LTE was like 2011 for the US. There you go. Got one final thing to do, which we're going to blast through. You don't get to see this on your screen, but interesting. I wanted to finish with us learning something, which we did a bit there, but learning something here. So I've got some interesting unknown facts that you should know. So a little bit of culture. Hot water will turn to ice faster than cold water.
See, I always thought that was a myth, right?
No, it's not. It's true. It's I believe it's the react because the what is it? The atoms are
Particles?
vibrating
Atoms, yeah,
already
yeah.
for the heat, so there's more of a gap between them, and I think it reacts quicker to the cold. I remember learning in science. The Mona Lisa has no eyebrows.
Yeah.
Wow, shit, I did not know that. That's blowing me away.
The sentence.
Leonardo da Vinci is fucking fraud.
I know, yeah, forgot those eyebrows. The sentence. Do you know what? Because of Terry's tone,
Yeah.
I can't tell if he's being serious or really fucking sarcastic.
And that's what killed me, right?
Dry
Like it was
red
just
wine right
dead.
now.
The sentence, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, uses every letter in the English language.
Jesus. Okay.
You're gonna have a
Learning some
dry
shit right
reaction
now.
to all of these?
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Okay.
He's absorbing no information. He's just reacting to the information.
Coca-Cola cans were originally green.
There. Yes.
There you go.
Like me.
When the moon is directly overhead, you will weigh slightly less.
Gravity and whatnot, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how that works, yeah.
The name of all the continents end with the same letter that they start with. So now you both tilted your head at exactly the same time.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, America, Antarctica,
Because
Australia.
Canada doesn't work.
Well, Canada isn't a continent.
That's a country, not a continent.
But I
North
get that.
America.
Oh
Oh.
shit! Yeah, that's really
Because
that's
it's
crazy.
not South America's, it's South America's, and
Is it? I feel,
it's
it's not North American.
no, but that's just America, isn't it?
Why is there not just a South America?
Antarctica. It's the Antarctica. What is it?
Is
Australasia, Europe.
Ocean?
No, that's Australasia.
Russia?
Yeah.
Unless that's just
Asia,
Europe.
Australasia, Antarctica,
Okay.
Europe, America.
Australasia.
South America. Australasia
What the fuck
is the
Yeah,
continent of
Australasia.
Australia, New Zealand, and I think like Bali and stuff like that. Do they fall into Australasia? Like the Indonesia?
Just all of those. Yeah. All those islands like around those areas.
Yeah. There's more than just America in the world, Vince. Get a passport.
Not to Americans.
No, yeah. There are 2 credit cards for every person in the United States.
That's a lot of credit
There
cards.
you go.
Shame poor people can't have them.
Typewriter is the longest word that can be made using letters only on one row of the keyboard.
Typewriter?
Yeah. Everyone look at your
Yeah,
keyboards
you're
to make
probably
sure
right.
all the letters are there.
Yeah. I was like, that makes sense. They're
Oh
on the
shit!
top row.
Yeah.
Minus 40 degrees Celsius is exactly the same as minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
Huh.
Say that again.
Minus 40 degrees Celsius is exactly the same temperature as minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
How does that work?
I
then?
have no fucking clue.
Math, unfortunately.
Math.
I can't do any of that.
Women blink nearly twice as much as men.
What?
Usually because they're taken aback by what we say and they have to blink to just double check that came out of our mouths.
That sounds right, yeah.
It is impossible to kill yourself by holding your breath.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
because your brain wants to breathe. Yeah.
I've got a different one as well that's not on this list, but I want you both to try it, and it is going to ruin your lives for the next couple of minute or so.
You're gonna tell me to like
Thing.
lick my ear or
No,
something
no,
like that? or
no
like,
licking.
lick my elbow.
With no liquids, so don't drink water or anything. I want you to swallow, and your body will only let you swallow twice. It will not let you swallow. I don't know if it won't let you swallow 3 times or it will let you swallow 4 times. Your body will not let you.
Motherfucker.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Not being able to do it. Like, it just doesn't let you do it. Yeah. Ravenheart, I hope you tried that. Like, there you go. The more you know. We're nearly done. It is physically impossible for. It's physically impossible for pigs to look up into the sky.
Sounds like the dog thing all over again.
Yeah, Big Dave says dogs can't look up.
Dogs can look up.
They
though.
can,
My dog
though.
looks up all the time.
So much.
Yeah. There was it. If you sneeze too hard, it is physically possible to fracture a rib.
I believe that.
Because of the
I've
movement
probably
our body
almost
works.
already done it before because I sneeze hard.
If you suppress a sneeze, you can rupture a blood vessel in your head or neck and die.
Yeah, I think I've almost already done that as well.
You're risking it when you sneeze, aren't you? It's life and death for you.
I got
Barry
a
just
sneeze.
lives on the edge.
I
Yeah.
got a sneezing problem. I can't let myself sneeze because I sneeze hard.
That's I have quite a loud sneeze. A crocodile cannot stick its tongue out.
Yeah.
There you go. Who learned
I
that?
was-
Who went up to crocodiles just trying
Yeah.
to pull it and it just didn't come out? A snail can sleep for 3 years at a time.
Fuck yeah.
See, for them, GTA 6 is just around the corner. Like, you know,
They just go to sleep.
they've only had about 4 years of it. You know, they're loving life. Elephants are the only animals that can't jump.
Never seen an elephant jump so accurate.
Yeah. All polar bears are left-handed. I never
Who did that?
I never think of a dog or a cat having a dominant paw.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Well, you've not seen them alone at night.
That's true. You never know.
The human heart creates enough blood pressure when it pumps out to the body to squirt blood 30 feet.
Oh, that's horrible. That's a horrible fact.
Oh, terrible fact.
The electric chair was invented by a dentist. Does not surprise me, the sadistic fucks.
My goodness.
Yeah, so no shocker there.
Yeah.
Aha.
Yeah, that was good. I like that.
Hey. In the last 4,000 years, no new animals have been domesticated.
Not for lack of trying.
Not
Yeah.
people try. The stat
Don't know, have
underneath
they-
should be
Yeah, have they
in the last
searched every
4,000
house in
years,
Florida?
5,000
Yeah.
people have died trying to domesticate new animals. No way.
That sounds right, yeah.
The cigarette lighter was invented before the match.
I've heard that before. Yeah.
That makes sense, though, yeah. Flint and steel, obviously.
Last
Creates a
last 2 or 3 here. Sorry, rats multiply so quickly that in 18 months, 2 rats could have over 1 million descendants.
Mm-hmm.
They
I think I learned
that on Ratatouille.
fucking- And wearing headphones for just an hour will increase the bacteria in your ear by 700 times.
Well, we've been live for like 2 hours.
2 hours and
so-
10 minutes, so 1,400 times the bacteria in
go.
our ears.
Mhm.
So there you go.
Grab a Q-tip,
There's a little
everybody.
bit of knowledge just to finish out the podcast for you. But the one thing to take away from this is your body will not let you swallow 3 times. In a
Oh, I
row.
thought you were going
That's
to
gonna
clean your
really-
ears, but
Really
okay.
bug me.
And I get hung up on those things a little bit. I'm not afraid to admit it. So I tried and tried. I was like, I will not be beaten by this, and I was beaten. I was
That
beaten.
sounds right.
Yeah. But this has
Mhm.
been the Shifty Crab podcast. You can catch this every week on a Tuesday live on Twitch and YouTube, where we do what we've just done now. Talk about games for a while and then talk about shit for the rest. You can join us every single week, or you can watch us on demand over on YouTube or on Twitch now. And Ravenheart, thank you for being here as well and joining. You didn't tell me if you did the swallow trick, though, so I'm a bit disappointed. Remember to
I don't
swallow.
think we didn't know if you swallow or not.
We need
What
to know
she
if you
said.
can swallow 3 times in a row. You can also catch us.
Anyway.
He failed apparently, so there we go. Yeah, can't beat
Yeah,
science. You can
That's what Adam used to use on his speed dating techniques. That was his chat line.
That was,
I need to see if you can swallow 3 times in a row.
I wonder why it never worked. You can also catch us playing games over on Twitch and YouTube. We play twice a week usually. We played State of Decay 2 on Sunday. One of us enjoyed it, one of us not so much, as you heard about on this podcast. We've played quite a lot of zombie games, so maybe we'll mix it up a bit this week. Maybe we won't. We'll go back to one of the old faithful. But you can see us on a Thursday and a Sunday usually. And follow us on Twitter at CrabShifty if you have any questions that you want us to talk about on the stream. But as always, thank you to the Pun Master General, Obi-Pun Kenobi himself, Mr. Terry Jeffs. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. This has been a fun one.
It's been good. Do you know what? I was very tired before this podcast. I'm very tired now, but I enjoyed the middle.
Rejuvenated.
I
You are
enjoyed the
rejuvenated.
middle. And thank you to the on-camera. You can, for everyone to see, the best beard in the business, the beard of war, Mr. Vince Haley. Vince, thank you for joining us.
a pleasure as always.
Always
Guys,
a pleasure.
how did we not have a technical issue with Vince this whole podcast?
You said it. You've now said it.
It's it. We're here. We're at the end. This is it.
We made it to the end.
And I guarantee when we try and stream on Thursday or on Sunday or whatever,
Be some fuckery,
technical
yeah.
difficulties will be back. And I'll be sat just talking to a blank screen for the whole show. But anyway,
I'll be there in spirit and voice.
there in spirit and voice. If you have any requests for what you want us to play, head over to Twitter and let us know, or write in the chat on the VOD, and I'll have a look on there as well. But thank you to everyone. As always, stay shifty.